Nell's Market Fresh Foods. Always a hit and always great savings.
Need some fun with your food? Where else but Friendly's? Stop by Friendly's at 423 Laux Road in York for great deals like 50% off breakfast Monday to Friday from 7 to 11 a.m. or one of our 5 lunch and dinner meals for $5.55, including the quarter-pound cheeseburger. Stop by after the game with your Revs game ticket and save 15%. Friendly's has got you covered with great deals all day long. Friendly's, life with extra sprinkles.
Join me, Steve Zabin, mornings at 6 on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
We're back on the WOYK Revs pregame show, and that's why I'm not a singer. I got a chance to speak to Salvador Peniagua before the game. Let's take a listen to what he has to say, because you know it's going to be good.
We're talking to Salvador Peniagua, catcher for the Revs, and newly christened, not so newly, but a christened member of the 10th anniversary team. So, Sal, if you can remember back to 2 weeks ago, what was it like riding in the Corvette around the stadium with all those greats?
Well, it was amazing. It was a good time, you know. Like I said, I've been here for a long time. You know, it's a good thing like the team did for us and receive the jersey and the awards. That's good.
Now, you also got a bit of notoriety as one of the models of that new catcher's equipment there. Can you take me through what that was like, showing off for everybody?
Yeah, it looked good, looked comfortable. You know, I used for the first time the opening night, and I feel like it was comfortable, so I like it, and it's good color too. Yeah.
Do you think you'll have a future as a equipment model after you retire?
Yeah, hopefully, yeah. Those equipment, they look good. Hopefully, all the team and they can pick the color for the team, so that's good.
That's the sort of thing that I think the Atlantic League does a lot. They test out stuff for the majors. Now, when you talk to your friends who are in affiliated ball, do they get the sense that, that's pretty cool what you guys are doing, sort of experimental stuff?
Yeah, I received a couple like from Facebook. I post a couple of pictures, and they like it. They say, wow, that's cool, you know. So it's something to have something different, you know, like every year. So this year, I think the equipment is going to be good for catching.
Now, the last time that you played on this field, you hit the home run, tweaked the ankle a little bit. How's that going?
Yeah, I feel better. Yeah, hopefully I'm being good to go tomorrow or Thursday. We'll see. But I feel good, you know, and just being practice every day, so I feel ready to go.
When the weather is this way, gloomy and awfully rainy, and when you've got sort of ankle problem, is that the sort of thing that makes you think, oh, maybe I should take another day, or is it something that you just play through? Or?
No, I mean, you know, like the weather, sometimes we don't want to play something like that, but, you know, like we have to, you know, and a little hard when it's raining and cold, you know, windy, but I mean, like I said, maybe tomorrow, Wednesday or Thursday, I'll be ready to go, so we'll see.
Okay. Team's about to open up a series against New Britain. You saw these guys at the very beginning of the season. What lessons did you take from that series that you can apply to now?
Well, like I said, we're ready to go. Our team, we have a good teammate. Our pitching, defense, offense, they're ready to go, so we're going to try to do the best I can every day.
All right, Sal, thanks and best of luck tonight in the series.
Thank you, guys.
Salvador Peniagua, he's on the bench tonight for Mark Mason's bunch. Isaiah Tejeda getting the start behind the dish to catch Kelvin De La Cruz. And before we go into commercial, we'll just take a quick preview of that pitching matchup. Kelvin De La Cruz, the southpaw on the hill for the York Revolution, picked up a 5-inning win last Monday against Bridgeport. Threw his final pitch moments before the rains came, and the Revs ended up winning that game in a short 7 innings. On the hill for the Bees is Cole Johnson, who is coming off of a 7-inning complete game 2-hit shutout against Sugarland on May 5th. Only walked 2, struck out 6. He is going for his 3rd win of the season with a sterling 0.47 ERA. De La Cruz comes in as one of the team leaders for the Revs at a 2.25 ERA. All right, we're going to go to another commercial break. When we come back, Darrell Henry goes inside the clubhouse with Mark Mason. So stay with us here on the WOYK Revs pregame show.
This is the Dan Patrick Show.
Let's go!
Johnny Manziel is going to end up with one of those guys who say, whatever happened to him? He doesn't get it. The world moves on very, very quickly without you. I don't care what you did in college. The world, the NFL world, moves quickly, and they'll move on right without you. And I think that's what's eventually going to happen. You know, maybe somebody gives him another chance here, but he's not better than Josh McCown. He's just not. And he wasn't ready for this. He needs to learn to be a professional. That's why I said I agreed with the Browns. Manziel had a couple of touchdown passes, and, you know, one was just, hey, I would just go someplace and I'll throw the ball and, you know, see if something good happens. What do you have, 8 completions? He wasn't ready. He's not ready. Not ready to be a professional. And maybe he won't be.
The Dan Patrick Show.
We are going to PAR-TY.
Mornings at 9 on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
The Steve Zabin Show.
Brian Williams has taken a leave of absence. And I'm not sure about you, Scott, but I've had just about enough Brian Williams remembers themes on Twitter. Photoshops, snarky jokes,
Reporting from the Hindenburg.
the Alamo,
Yeah,
etc.
They're out there.
Yep.
Waking up America like no one else.
Now they're digging into his reporting from things like Hurricane Katrina.
Yes, where he said he saw
Where he
bodies.
reported seeing a body floating past his hotel in the French Quarter. Don't get me started on Katrina. That is one of the greatest media debacles ever. The stuff that was reported as fact that turned out to be not just untrue, but flat-out fabrications. Brian Williams saying, I saw a body floating down Bourbon Street. That was like the least of the lies.
Steve Zabin, mornings at 6 on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Hi, this is Dan Patrick. Join me weekday mornings at 9 on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Fans, it's time to go inside the clubhouse for the latest on your York Revolution and tonight's matchup. It's time for the Broadway Transmission Managers Report. Now, here's the manager of the Revs, Mark Mason.
Well, let's take a look back at Sunday's game before the off day, and you get the series win at Southern Maryland. Unfortunately, the winning streak ends, but let's start with some of the extracurriculars late in the game. What was your perspective that had everybody a little hot under the collar in Game 3 of 20 between these two teams this season?
Well, I think Keith Castillo took exception with Freddie Lewis still on the base when they were up maybe 5 runs in the 8th inning, I think it was. So I think Keith took exception with that, and obviously they're former teammates, so there was some barking going on, and then Eric Thomas hit the next hitter, Garcia, which I don't believe was intentional. It looked like he hit him with some type of a breaking ball, which then erupted everybody onto the field. So, I mean, that's not uncommon for guys to get a little bothered when guys are still in bases. At that point of the game, every manager has a different rule when to shut the running game down. So I don't know if Freddie was trying to build numbers and whatever it was. I mean, we're not expecting a guy to run there when they're up, 5 or 6 runs in the 8th inning. But anyways, he did, and that's what caused it.
Did the teams leave with bad blood? Do you think it's going to be a little testy next time they meet?
You know what? I don't think so. I mean, that inning, the second out of that inning ended with him taking 3 strikes right down the middle of the plate. So I think Freddie might have been afraid of getting hit there, which really, if you're going to talk a lot when you get in the box and bases were loaded, I believe, when he struck out, because I think the next hitter was Bryant Nelson, and he walked, and that brought a run in. So I think he stood there to hold at bat thinking he was going to get hit. He just wasn't sure what pitch it was going to be, and he took like 3 pitches right there. So, I mean, it's just kind of how it is. A lot of these guys know each other, so the jawing goes on, but I don't expect any problems.
Did with Owens start going 3 innings, did he progress in your mind to go from the pitch count the first time to what he did on Sunday?
I mean, he did. I think right now Mike he still needs to work on some things. I think he's still getting into throwing shape. He pitched in a lot of stress situations there. There were some guys on base pretty much every inning, and I mean, to his stat line, he gave up a 2-strike, 2-run homer to I think Freddie Lewis.
Yeah.
So so I think it was just one of those things, but. He definitely threw the ball overall better, I thought, than he did the first outing. But we're just going to have to keep getting better, and I know he's working hard to do that.
Well, again, you do get the series win, and coming back home, I mean, through the first 2.5 weeks, how much different does this year feel so far compared to last year in terms of the amount of fun that guys are having, the life that they bring to the ballpark each day?
Well, we're having a lot of fun. We'd have more fun if we haven't been trapped in a clubhouse for 7 days without any batting practice. But, I think everybody's kind of going through that right now. It's, you want to get outside on the field. You play the game outdoors. The cage is great for, getting some extra work in or some drills and stuff like that. But you need to get out on the field. We need to get ground balls. So, I mean, we're basically not getting any of that except for during the game, and it's hard to prepare that way. So I'm happy with where we are. I think we could be a little bit better record-wise than we are, but, we're working hard to get better. And as long as we're doing that, that's all we can ask.
You've seen New Britain already, and the series up there, actually, I mean, their overall numbers, that was kind of indicative, low scoring, and they've played a lot of games that way. I don't know, do you expect it to be any different moving to your ballpark here in York, or is that kind of the way that they've done things their first 2 weeks?
I mean, I think that ballpark might be a little bit more of a pitcher's ballpark than ours, so I think we're more of a hitter's ballpark. So I'm going to expect more runs than happened at their place. The weather, it's not as cold tonight as it's been, but cold, damp nights are hard to hit, especially if you have a pitcher that throws heavy sinkers down and in on your hands and fastballs up and in. I mean, it gets a little tougher to hit when it's cold, but I still expect us to be more than the 3-2, 2-1 stuff that we've seen up there.
And lastly, a little bit different look in the lineup tonight. Tejeda not only catching but hitting second, and he's certainly swinging the bat well. Do you see him as a guy that handles the bat the way you'd like to see somebody in that 2-hole?
Well, we're going to find out. You get pitched a little different when you're at the top of the lineup. So, I want to see what he can do there. He's earned that opportunity, so I'm going to give it to him tonight. I like the way he receives the ball behind the plate. I mean, we moved the lineup around a little bit today, which doesn't mean anything because I could change everything right back tomorrow. But, we're 18 games in, today's game 19, and, I want to take a look around because we're going to be coming into that June 1st deadline to make some cuts and trim the roster. So I want to be able to see what all we can do with what we have here.
All right, Mace, thanks a lot. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
And now we join the national anthem in progress. This is the Dallastown Wildcat Band. Yes, it does. Our national anthem presented by the Dallastown Wildcat High School Wind Ensemble, and that was absolutely fantastic. The Rebs have taken the field, and let us get you your starting lineups as Kelvin De La Cruz begins his warm-up tosses. For the New Britain Bees, this is the lineup that their manager Stan Clyburn is putting out on the field tonight. Leading off as a shortstop, Brandon Chavez, however you want to say that. Hitting second, left fielder Greg Golson. Jovan Rosa, the third baseman, batting third. John Griffin at first base, batting fourth. Jonathan Roof, DHing tonight and batting fifth. James Skelton, the only left-handed hitter in the lineup against the southpaw De La Cruz. He's the catcher and the sixth hitter in the order. Anthony Hewitt in right field, Steve Carrillo at second base, and John Jones out in center field rounding things out. They'll try and put runs on the board for the right-hander Cole Johnson. For the Revolution, Jason Repko leading off. He's in right field. Isaiah Tejeda, as Mace mentioned, he's batting second and catching tonight. Andres Perez has the night off from the field. He's DHing and batting third as usual. Telvin Nash batting the same spot he has hit the entire season so far. We're in game 19. This is number 19 for him as your first baseman and your fourth hitter. Joel Guzman over at third. He's batting fifth. Brian Pounds batting sixth at second base, the hero of the Southern Maryland series on Saturday. James Simmons out in center field. He's batting seventh. Josh Wilson, the shortstop, batting eighth. Michael Rocket over in left field, batting ninth. And Kelvin De La Cruz on the hill. He has just finished his warm-up tosses. Revs tossing the ball around, and as Brandon Chavez steps up to the plate, we turn it over to the voice of the York Revolution. Here's Darrell Henry.
All right, Will, thank you very much. Good to see you again. Good to be back here at PeoplesBank Park as the Revs settle in for 6 in a row this week.
Sure you'll like it. You'll have an extra 20 minutes to prepare for things.
Thank you. 14 out of 17 at home by the time this homestand wraps. Chavez in there. Our Dasher Investment Services first pitch is right over the plate for ball one. We are underway here tonight. 60 degrees at game time and cloudy. It's a 6:33 start. And De La Cruz deals, and there's a strike as he got it in there knee high on Chavez, who's hitting 188. 6 for 32, the switch hitter batting right-handed. As De La Cruz fires, and it's up and away. 2-1. Chavez with York during the first half of the 2014 season. And with Camden and now New Britain, the 2-1. And that's down low. Originally was in the league with Bridgeport back in the day. The Bees sporting their road gray with the black and gold accenting. Revs are in the home traditional whites tonight. Navy caps this evening. 3-1 from Calvin, and is swinging a foul back. And out of play. He works with Tejeda behind the plate tonight, who's been swinging a hot bat. Paniagua's still nursing that ankle. And Tejeda getting the nod here this evening. Oh, full count on the game's first hitter. And De La Cruz a nod, yes, and the payoff pitch. Strike three called. Chavez was going to throw the bat away and head to first. And he's got to look back, and words for Brian Child, who rings him up a game-opening K. De La Cruz comes in tonight 2-1, a 2.25 ERA in 2 starts and 1 outing in relief. 12 innings, 12 hits, 3 runs. 3 walks and 11 Ks coming in. Opponents hitting .255. We faced New Britain once in the opening series, a win in relief. His only relief outing on opening night. Here's Greg Golson, and he swings through a first pitch fastball, and he's been their hottest. 8 for 15 the last 4 games. He's also hitting over 400 off lefties, 6 for 13. So watch him tonight. Here's the 0-1. And a swing and a drive. Left center. Did he get enough? Rocket heading back. Simmons is over. He did not get enough, and Simmons has it. Got it off the end of the bat. And Golson, who does have some pop, flies out just short of the warning track in left center. I was all worried about nothing, Will. 2 down.
Well, this is one of those instances, Darrell, just like Mace said in the pregame. In the cold and damp weather, the ball's not going to fly as much, and things are getting nicer right now, but it is still frigid-ish, as frigid as it comes for mid-May. Hence, that ball's going to die even short of the warning track.
Tarp was on most of the day with rain showers. Here's Jovan Rosa, who takes down low. Rosa tied for 6th in the league in hitting at .333. They've moved him up to 3rd in the order. He has struggled defensively at third base at times. He's an outfielder by trade as he swings and pops one up foul. Nash at first. He might have room. Going back toward the bullpen, and he makes a great grab over the shoulder, ranging backward toward the bullpen seats. He had room and nonchalantly hauls it in over the shoulder on a circuitous route. That ball played a couple of tricks on him, but he made it look good. It's a 1-2-3 first. At the end of a half, it's the Bees nothing, and the Revs coming up.
Hey, sports fans, great news. Now you can listen to Sports Radio 1350 anywhere with the new WOIK mobile apps. Stranded in Siberia? No problem. Kidnapped by wolves? It's not as bad as you may think. Wherever you are, WOIK is with you on the brand new mobile apps. York's only local sports station just went mobile and global. Sports Radio 1350 WOIK. First in York, first in sports.
The War of the Roses is the grittiest Revolution battle since Bunker Hill, and in 2016, it's bigger than ever. Sponsored by PNC Bank, the 20-game series between York and Lancaster now has unique on-field hats that will be worn exclusively during these contests. Pick up the ticket plan that nets you all 10 home games against the Barnstormers and receive a replica of the York War of the Roses hat. Be on site each and every time the Revs take on their Cross River rivals. Enlist today at 801-HITS or in person at the Apple Chevrolet ticket office.
What's up, y'all?
This is the Dan Patrick Show.
And you're listening to the best.
Okay. Mattingly and the Dodgers realized it wasn't working out. Nobody wants to say somebody was fired. Nobody wants to say somebody was resigned. Now, I know it's semantics here. Mattingly's gone and the Dodgers move on. I do think it's best for both because I think with new management, they want their guy. They want a sabermetrics and analytics guy. Mattingly was not that guy.
Dan Patrick.
Don't be a hater.
Mornings at 9 on Sports Radio 1350 WOIK. Your teams all the time. York's only place for local sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOIK.
Bottom of the first, no score. Jason Repko coming to bat for the Revs. A 1-2-3 first inning for Calvin De La Cruz. And Repko, who started games with leadoff home runs back-to-back days in Southern Maryland, stands in, takes a strike from Cole Johnson, who is off to an outstanding beginning to his season. Here's the wind and the 0-1 to Repko, and he got jammed, fouled it off his foot. He fell to his rear end, but he's up and seemingly okay as that ball rolled to third base. Repko hitting at .328, ninth in the league. His last 4 games played on a nice hot streak, 7 for 14, 2 homers, 2 doubles. Revs hadn't had a first inning leadoff homer since late 2014 until the weekend. The pitch to him and a swing at a grounder, got jammed again. Rosa to his left from third. He'll pump, slings it across, and 1 away. Cole Johnson, 2-1 with an 0.47 ERA coming in. The ERA second in the league among qualifiers, first among active pitchers. His teammate Nick Greenwood in 3 starts allowed no earned runs and was signed by the Twins last week. And Johnson, the first complete game shutout in B's history in his last start, a 7-inning doubleheader. Here is Isaiah Tejeda, and he swings, skies one to center. Backing up is John Jones. He'll stop and wait and makes the catch for out number 2. Tejeda in the 2-hole tonight, 7 for 12 his last 3 games. Johnson, 19 innings, 16 hits, 3 runs, just 1 earned in 19 innings, 3 walks, 10 Ks. Opponents hitting .229. He's a Golden Domer, Notre Dame product, and New Britain starters have allowed more than 2 earned runs just once in 17 games. That is unbelievable. Here's Andres Perez, who watches a strike.
Now Johnson, the ringleader of all of them, He's a man who's got something to prove. Only 27. He'll turn 28 after the season is over. Never been to the bigs. Last played for Rochester in AAA last year.
There's a ball low on Dre, 1-1.
So you look at a man who's entering the prime of his career, who is here in the Atlantic League looking to get signed. And with numbers like these, it may not be long, and he may be looking at the majors.
There's a foul back into the netting. It's 1-2. New Britain is a staff at 2.53 ERA, and now Johnson's the one at the top. Well, the combined score in New Britain in the first 4 games, the Revs won at 10-7. That's it. As Perez swings and misses, big sweeping hook, and Cole Johnson a 1-2-3 first inning. Both starters set the top of the order down in order, and at the end of 1, no score here tonight in York.
Broadway transmission? I don't know how they do it.
We've been in business for 60 years at the same location.
I don't know how they do it. It's our long-term nationwide warranties.
Oh, and don't forget our online appointment scheduling.
I still don't know how they do it.
They toted my van at no cost with my repair.
It's our ATRA certified technicians. Don't forget the good-looking genius in the office.
Come on, man. I know they helped me with financing. Still, with my bad credit, I don't know how they do it.
I did my research and felt comfortable that Broadway is a AAA approved specialty repair shop. I showed my AAA card and saved some hard-earned cash.
I was happy to get a $100 rebate in the mail after the job was done.
I sure don't know how they do it, but I do know they get it done, and they get it done right.
Broadway transmission. We'll get your shift together and back on the road fast. Check us out on the web at BroadwayTrans.com or stop in and see how it's done.
Hey Revs fans, want to get in the game? You can throw out an honorary first pitch this season by bringing a group to PeoplesBank Park. Select groups who reserve tickets in the month of May will receive a first pitch courtesy of Bell Socialization Services with support from Adhesives Research. For information, call Reed Gunderson at 717-801-4498. Celebrating its 50th anniversary this year, Bell provides housing supports and living skills training to more than 1,400 people every year here in South Central PA through its mental health, intellectual disability, and homeless service programs. Bell Socialization Services, empowering lives every day.
All about local sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOIK.
No score, second inning here at PeoplesBank Park tonight. John Griffin will lead things off for New Britain. Both starting pitchers with 1-2-3 firsts. And De La Cruz's first pitch of the inning is off the plate away on Griffin. The lanky first baseman who's hitting at 204 does not have a home run. Does have 5 runs driven in. And he swings here, fouls it off, right field side. Listed at 6'6", 230.
I believe that.
First player signed in B's history after they acquired him from Long Island. Pitch from De La Cruz is fouled back off the netting. And it's a ball and 2 strikes. Griffin, Roof, and Skelton due up here in the second inning. We saw Griffin the first 2 nights on the opening weekend, and then he was not in the lineup the next 2. It's the wind from De La Cruz. He fires, and a swing and a miss. Fastball away. Griffin was trying to lift and separate and came up empty.
Well, that's been Griffin's problem. The wave and the whip. That's his 19th strikeout of the season. That puts him in the top 5 already. He breaks the tie with his teammate Josh Outman. I can check that. Outman's a pitcher. You know what? Forget I ever said anything.
Here's Jonathan Roof, who swings and drives one in the air in deep left. Rockets back, he leaps up, and he hung on to it. He crashes into the base of the arch nemesis, and Michael Rocket hangs on to it. He's back up on his feet and makes one of the greatest plays we've seen in front of the big wall in stadium history, falling into the base of it. So many left fielders have tried to make those leaping catches and have come up empty.
He hangs on, crashes into the bottom, and he's right back up. Outstanding play to stay with it. And he bounced right off the concrete at the bottom. I hope he didn't hit it head on, but it couldn't have felt great. Here's James Skelton, who takes inside. And it's not a stretch to say one of the great catches we've seen against that wall. There haven't been many. Usually they just miss and it caroms away. Very few have been caught like that. As Skelton takes up high, it's 2-0. A wonderful play. Rocket, who had the day off on Sunday, his first of the year. He doesn't particularly care for those days off. He led the league in games last season. Skelton here hitting at .333. Pitch from De La Cruz is in the dirt. He leads the league in walks and on base. .521 on base. .333 average, tied for 6th. 14 walks. 2 outs, no base runners, thanks to that great play in left. Here's the 3-0, and De La Cruz pours that one in for a strike. No score here in the second inning tonight. Oh, and Skelton's our K-man, by the way.
Oh, yeah, there's always a chance.
3-1, and he swings, rolls a foul over toward the York dugout.
How smart of them to find the only lefty in the lineup to face De La Cruz tonight and make him your K-man. How astute.
I'll tell you what, the boys in the control room have a plan. They bring that with their lunch pail every day. The payoff pitch swung on, fouled against his foot, and that ricochets off to the left. You can't ask for anything more than that, Will. Just show up with a plan.
And you could ask for more, but why would you want to?
That would just be demanding.
Yes.
More pizza jingles being played as he takes his time digging back in.
I feel like I'm back in Michigan, where Little Caesars was basically the state pizza.
On the wind from De La Cruz, payoff pitch, and he missed up high, a 3-2 slider. And Skelton will take his league-leading 15th walk. So they thought they could get him off speed on 3-2, but got under it a bit. Mentioned Brian Child, our plate ump. Kurt Brainin is at first base. Tyler Thurmond at third. And here is Anthony Hewitt, who, along with Golson, a former first-round pick of Philadelphia. Pitch from De La Cruz is right in there. It's a called strike. And Hewitt, who's got 2 of New Britain's 4 home runs in 17 games, hit one of those against York in the final game on opening weekend, which made it close, but the Revs would win. Hewitt, the first homer in B's history that day. Pitch from De La Cruz is fouled back. That'll be a roof ball. But he's only hitting 133, 6 for 45. 2 of those 6 hits have left the park.
So he's an all-or-nothing guy. Yeah, you're right, Darryl. Only 4 home runs for the Bees. There have been stretches where the Revs have hit 4 home runs in 2 innings.
Revs have 3 games now of 3 or more homers. There's a fastball low, and that's all in the last 9 games. Lights are on here early tonight, a cloudy evening. No score, second inning. Hewitt physically gifted, which is why the Phillies took him in the first round. Pitch is down low, a breaking ball. And it's 2-2. He only made it to Double-A briefly in the Phillies system. And last year struggled at High A with the Orioles. It was in Frederick. Just hasn't quite put it all together. There's the stretch and the 2-2, and that misses down and in. Tejeda blocks it. De La Cruz struggling to finish this inning. The 2-out walk and then ahead of Hewitt, but falls into a full count. Will give Skelton the head start from first. And another year of squatting as a catcher, but still has good speed. He's got 4 steals in 4 tries. Won't have a chance to steal here, but he will be running. De La Cruz, the sign given. He's ready at the belt. Payoff pitch is swung on and popped up. Pounds at second. Laterally along the edge of the outfield grass, and he's got it. Moving over toward the first base line. That'll end the inning on the pop-up to second. A 2-out walk is all. And we go to the bottom of the second inning. Revs and Bees scoreless.
It's the angles, the ball skills, the corner kicks. It's knowing how to shield a defender off the ball. It's knowing how to make a wall pass. It's knowing how to curl the ball, how to chip it, how to trap it, how to launch it, how to finish it. It's soccer, and nobody knows that better than Flying Feet sports shoes. Flying Feet. Suit up for soccer at Flying Feet, where players new to the game find everything they need, and collegiate-level players find all that and more. Soccer shoes for men, women, and children from the names that know the game. Adidas, Diadora, Lotto, and Nike. Players choose Flying Feet to get the right shoe at the right price, plus a huge selection of soccer socks, soccer shorts, shin guards, and sports bags. Even referees get the nod at Flying Feet, where refs come for all their gear. Individual players, entire teams, if it's soccer, it's Flying Feet sports shoes, the sportswear specialty store without specialty store prices. Flying Feet. 1511 Mount Rose Avenue, just off exit 18 of I-83, next to Battery Warehouse.
Hi, this is Tom Dasher, president of Tom Dasher Investment Services. I specialize in retirement planning and strategies to meet individual personal goals. Whether you are looking for wealth accumulation or to maximize your retirement income. Oh, heck, this is sounding just like another commercial. Hey, listen, it's this simple. We use risk-free investment vehicles, whether you are looking to still build wealth accumulation or you want retirement income or a combination of both. It is all about getting your money parked in the place that will benefit you the most. If you want to do that, call me. My office number is 246-3879, or my mobile is 487-2096, or contact me at my new website at tomdasher.com.
For local sports on your smartphone, search WOIK at the App Store.
Looking at the replay of Michael Rocket's catch, that was scary. He was head first to the wall. But he was fine, made a great play. No score as Talvin Nash leads off the bottom of the second.
Well, those metal plates really come in handy when you get them in your head, don't they?
Yeah. First pitch from Cole Johnson is low and in. And Nash, the league leader in home runs with 7, 2 more than Michael Snyder of Southern Maryland coming in tonight. Revs kept Snyder in the park this weekend. Pitch to Nash is popped way up. He'll flip the bat aside, heading toward first. In foul ground, it's Griffin down the line, and he snatches it right next to the first base coach's box.
Talvin's got to be careful with that bat flip. He nearly clicked the heels of Skelton, the catcher, as he was trotting out there to try and gauge whether he needs to make the catch.
Keith Castillo was not happy on Sunday, and he had one of the great bat flips of Revolution time on that home run. That was neat. Here's Joel Guzman. First pitch is in for a strike. Guzman back at home sweet home as he waves at some gnats. Had a huge opening homestand, hitting .500, 3 homers. There's the 0-1, and a breaking ball rolled on the ground, left side. The shortstop Chavez to his right, gets in front, has time, and makes the throw across to retire his former Camden teammate, Joel. 2 up, 2 down.
And that's Chavez knowing what kind of runner that Guzman is, because that's a very slow ground ball. If he doesn't know the runner, Chavez might be tempted to rush that throw, but he's familiar with his old teammate Joel and knows he can take the same amount of time as he would for a ground ball that wasn't, driving in the right lane of the interstate.
Here's Brian Pounds. He had a great doubleheader and takes a strike from Johnson. game-winning hits in the final at bat, both games Saturday. Followed that up with his first home run of the year on Sunday. There's the wind, the 0-1, and a fastball inside. Batting at .211, but the stock climbing from this weekend. Went 3 for 10 with 4 RBIs in that series. Pitch is a breaking ball, ripped up the middle, and the Revs have their first hit of the night. It belongs to Pounds. Chavez at short, laid out to his left, but it bounces on by on a low liner off the dirt from Pounds, a 2-out single. James Simmons coming up. No score, bottom 2. And Simmons in the midst of a 5-game hitting streak coming in. He's also hit safely in 9 of his last 10. Overall at .284 with a homer and 7 driven in. First pitch is over for a strike, a fastball at 89 on the outer half. 0-1 the count. Revs moving Josh Wilson down in the order. He's on deck. Tejeda hitting second tonight. Pitch to Simmons is hit high in the air in left field and deep. Golson backing up at the big wall, and he's got room. Right in front of the manual scoreboard, and Simmons just got under it. Pitch was in on his hands. He stayed really short to it and made a bid, but caught at the wall. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 left. And we'll go to the third tonight. No score in the series opener.
The more we help the ones in need, the more progress our community will make.
By focusing on quality education, income opportunities, and basic health care,
all of York County can have access to the building blocks of a good quality of life.
Together we can load the bases for our community
and hit a home run.
Give generously to the 2016 United Way Community Fund.
Find out more and give now at unitedway-york.org.
Money and business are essential to the strength of a community. So is cheering and celebration and music and fun. That's why York Revolution games, concerts, youth sports, special events, and more happen at a place called PeoplesBank Park. PeoplesBank has been serving York County for more than 150 years. Always cheering, always celebrating, always committed to the things that make York County great. And to you having a great time at PeoplesBank Park. People's Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Need some fun with your food? Where else but Friendly's? Stop by Friendly's at 423 Laux Road in York for great deals like 50% off breakfast Monday to Friday from 7 to 11 a.m. or one of our 5 lunch and dinner meals for $5.55, including the quarter-pound cheeseburger. Stop by after the game with your Revs game ticket and save 15%. Friendly's has got you covered with great deals all day long. Friendly's, life with extra sprinkles.
Your teams all the time. York's only place for local sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
No score as we head to the third. Steve Carrillo will lead things off for the Bees. De La Cruz's first pitch of the inning is down low for ball 1. Carrillo 6 for 36 at the plate, hitting 167.
Easy math right there. Rare for this late in the season.
There's a broken bat, grounder to short. Wilson up on it. Gloves, gets rid of it quickly. Plenty of time. Saw a chip go flying off the end of the bat. Broken bat brought to you by Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care. Maybe some EAB in that thing. Well, if you have a tree, you don't have to throw it away like that bat. You can call Heritage Lawn or visit heritagelawnandlandscape.com, and they can treat that pest and save your tree.
Yeah, I wish I had known that earlier. I had the hardest time trying to stuff that tree into my trash can.
Sorry, Will. Would have come in handy. Well, now you know.
Now I know.
Here's John Jones, and takes a strike from De La Cruz, a first pitch changeup. Jones was leading off for them to begin the season. He's hitting 9th tonight, batting at .230. Some speed, 5 steals. Oh, man, ripped one past De La Cruz's feet somehow. did a two-step and lifted the right leg up just in time to get out of the way. That could have hurt. Base hit for Jones, the Bees' first of the night. Well, he's now 5 for 12 off lefties, so one of the hitters to watch this evening, perhaps. It's the only left-hand starter that the Revs boast. Here's Brandon Chavez back at the top. He struck out looking to begin the game. He didn't think he did, but Brian Child thought he did. First pitch is over the outer half, and that's a called strike.
Got Jones over on first base, trying to juke out De La Cruz like he's a football linebacker, trying to throw him off his game. 79 stolen bases in the minor leagues for John Jones, and 5 for him this year so far.
Now move to first. He was barely off. He'll get back on standing. The Bees as a team, 20 for 23 in steals. They have the third most. It's about the only area offensively where they've excelled. On the stretch from De La Cruz, he deals. It is down low. They are 8th in batting, 231. 8th in runs scored, barely over 2 per game. Second most strikeouts as a team. Matter of fact, the 231 average, 21 points below Bridgeport, who's next lowest, 252. But then again, the pitching. Here's the throw to first, back standing is Jones.
This is a very 1960s style baseball team, Darryl. Top-notch pitching, and you scrape together as many runs as possible, but rarely is it going to be over 2 per game.
De La Cruz deals, runner going, and Chavez fouls it off. And Jones a good jump, but a foul ball will send him back.
Of course, the Revs playing like a 1960s and 70s team as well. The issue there, it's an Earl Weaver team.
That's right.
A lot of strikeouts, but a lot of pop. Far more home runs than Sugarland, who's got 13. That's second in the league. Revs 7 more than that. They have also got 3 guys in the top 5 in strikeouts.
But it has been exciting to watch. Here's the stretch. And the 1-2 not running, and a liner hit hard to center. Simmons in, reaches down and spears it. And he cocked the arm up to throw back to first. Jones wasn't far enough off. He'll get back. But a line drive in center, that drops in front of a lot of center fielders, but not James Simmons. What a joy to watch him move out there, and gliding in, he reached down knee high and grabbed it. 2 down in the inning. Greg Golson, the hitter, who flew to center in the first. Scoreless game here in the top of the third tonight. De La Cruz to the belt. And a move to first, checking in on Jones again. The scores in that first series at New Britain Stadium, the Revs won 4-3, then lost 1-0, and then won 3-1, and then won 3-2. Very low scoring. Pitch on the way is down low. 1 ball and no strikes. So the most they scored was 4. The most they gave up was 3. That's been pretty typical for New Britain ever since then. Not much has changed for them. De La Cruz stares and now deals, and a ground ball sharply up the middle off the glove of Pounds, deflects into center. Jones will turn and stop. It ricocheted right to Simmons. It'll be a base hit for Golson, with Pounds ranging way up the middle. Got some glove on it, but unable to collect it cleanly. And Jovan Rosa coming up. We'll pause for station identification.
First in York, first in sports. Your only local sports station. The new Sports Radio 1350, WOYK, York, Pennsylvania.
Yep, that's a station, all right.
Of all the stations, that's one of them. That's ours.
Yes, Dave.
2 on, 2 out, and Rosa stands in. First pitch, breaking ball and a strike from De La Cruz. Starts the 3-hole hitter with the curve the second time through. Trying to keep things scoreless. He got Rosa to foul out to first on a nifty grab made by Talvin Nash in the first inning. Now a long look in, working on signs with a runner at second for the first time tonight. The pitch is cranked foul. A cutter in, and Rosa turned on it and yanked a screamer off the roof of one of our Arch Street eats.
That's the Mad Dash grilled cheese people. They almost got grilled in some other very different way that did not involve cheese. That's going to be quite the surprise there. Anything else? Woof.
I'm trying to have a conversation through the glass, and I can't read lips all that well.
I wouldn't expect you to. Even in prison, they've got the phones.
There's the 0-2. Yeah, that misses down low. That attempt did not go anywhere. That's what goes on in the press box during the game, for those of you wondering.
Yeah. Featuring the guys with faces made for radio.
The 1-2, and a swing and a tap foul over toward the third base dugout. No score. De La Cruz, a pair of singles against him here in the third. Rosa putting up a fight. Had that eye-opening foul ball. 1-2 again, and a foul tip. Back to the net. It sent the bird on top flying away. Very disruptive of our feathered friend. Good job by Rosa protecting, though. That fastball was away, maybe just off the plate. On the stretch from the lefty. And fires again. And a breaking ball, line foul again. And right next to Mad Dash up in the Arch Street Eats landing. Man, look out.
How do you like that? You go and get some grilled cheese from Mad Dash, and you almost get a baseball in the back of your noggin. You say, oh, I'm going to walk over to this section of the Arch Street Eats. It should be safe. Nope.
Not so much right now. Another pitch on the way, and that's in the dirt. Tejeda, good block on a slider in the dirt. 2-2. Now, one thing about New Britain last inning with 2 outs, and this inning, they are not going down easily. Now 2-2. Don't really want to get to 3-2 because you have good speed on base, and then they'd be able to get the head start. It's the stretch, and De La Cruz a peek back, now fires, and a swing, and he golfs a pop-up. At short, it's Wilson, camped under it, and makes the one-hand grab, inning over. De La Cruz got him on a cutter or a slider down and in. He golfs a pop-up to short. No runs, 2 hits, 2 left. We go to the home third, no score.
An invasive pest that's already killed millions of ash trees is bearing down on our communities. The emerald ash borer, or EAB, means certain death for every ash tree it infects. The good news is that you can protect your property's ash trees with help from Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care. Our EAB prevention methods are effective, environmentally safe, and less costly than removing your dead tree, which is the only alternative to prevention. Learn more at heritagelawnandlandscape.com.
Wednesdays are the worst. I've got to get the kids to school in time to get to work, then it's just one long day of meetings. But hey, at least I don't have to worry about making dinner.
Kids eat free with People's Bank. Save money at every Wednesday home game.
So now when the Revs are in town, I just pull into a People's Bank, pick up that week's coupon, and dinner is done. Revolution Wednesdays? Awesome. Revolution!
Thanks to People's Bank, kids eat free at every Wednesday home game. No need to be a People's Bank customer. Just pick up your coupon at any People's Bank branch and do dinner at PeoplesBank Park. 1 coupon per child per game.
Listen up, people.
This
is The Rich Eisen Show.
He's a professional.
And I did tweet out on 4th and 19, go blue. Irvin took a picture of me in the NFL Game Day morning meeting room celebrating, and I stupidly looked at his phone and did it. And he tweets it out what Rich Eisen was like when he thought You Miss Football won. I can't show you what it was like when they did not win. Do friends do that to friends? No.
The Rich Eisen Show.
Weekdays at noon on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. York Sports on your mobile device or online at WOYK1350.com.
No score, bottom of the third inning. Josh Wilson will get things started. Michael Rocket, Jason Repko to follow. And Cole Johnson to the plate. And misses inside for ball one. Wilson hitting 8th here tonight. Tejeda hot. And they put him in the 2-hole. Mace taking a look at a couple different things. And a swing and a liner here. Down the line and left. That'll get down. And Wilson, oh man, he slips at first, took a tumble, rolled over the bag, and hopefully he'll get up okay. He slipped rounding first. He's on with a hit. And as he unhooks his gear, I think he's just hoping that nobody saw that, but Chong is coming out to make sure he's all right. Now, that was a nasty spill. And the grass wet with all this rain, including some today. Yeah, his feet just flat out gave out. But he's all right.
For his sake, let's focus on what went well during that whole sequence, the good contact. Hitting 8th, he's seeing different pitches from Johnson than he would if he was hitting 2nd, so he's able to pounce on one, and just the second pitch he saw and golf it into left.
Here's Michael Rocket now, who takes wide. And now I wonder how many base runners will be a little careful rounding first, having seen that.
The Kentucky Derby, this ain't.
Stretch, 1-0, and a big swing and a miss from Rocket, who cut one loose. Rocket held hitless the last few games. He had a 5-game hitting streak prior to that. Hitting at 190, Mace gave him a day to watch from the bench on Sunday. There's 4 games without a hit for Rocket, who's due. Made a great defensive play, though, earlier. The 1-1, and he tries to bunt his way on toward third, but foul. Rosa will glove it a little over halfway down to the bag at third base. Well, a ball and 2 strikes, and not a bad idea at all for Michael. Revs faced Johnson in the 3rd game of the season. A 3-1 win, and he gave up 2 unearned. Talvin Nash a home run in the 1st that night, his 1st of the year. Here's a swing and a foul tip off of Skelton's glove, and Rocket stays alive. A big 2-strike curve there from Johnson, who looks like he's got a good breaking ball. A lot of side-to-side tilt on it. Definitely not a 12-6. His is, it's got some downward movement, but a lot more side to side than you see from a lot of guys. He deals, and a swing and a miss, reaching at a slider that ended up way outside. And that is the first out.
Yep, the unearned runs that Johnson gave up seem to be a theme for the Rebs against New Britain. Of the 10 runs that they scored in that series, only half of them were earned. So the later you get into this game, the more crucial it's going to be for York to scrape together whatever they can, whenever they can. And that includes right now, just with a runner on base.
Jason Repko, the hitter, and a runner going, and he foul tips it to the backstop. Wilson was on the move there. He does have 2 of York's 5 steals. Repko saw one that he liked to hit, though, but just foul tipped it off. Ground out to third his first time up. Well, now Wilson hops off to his lead again. Johnson the stretch. 0-1 is a breaking ball down low. That home run that Nash hit off Cole Johnson back on April 23rd, the only home run that the right-hander has surrendered. His 3 starts coming in tonight. And now he's ready and makes a move to first. Wilson diving in. Repko, I believe, has gone with, well, does he still have the pink bat handle? Yeah, he does. As he swings and hits one high and deep, this one's gonna go! Gone over the arch nemesis! And Jason Repko with the power stroke on display, a towering home run to left. And the Revs jump in front 2-0. Here in the bottom of the third, a home run on 3 straight game days. And in 3 of the last 4 games overall for Repko, his 3rd of the year.
Daryl, I think he's going to be using that pink bat handle for the rest of the season. What a demonstration. That went farther than a lot of the ones that Nash has hit over the big wall.
Well, there's no doubt he's got pop. It's a guy that really could hit in a lot of different spots in the order. And he's got that power stroke going big time right now. Here's Isaiah Tejeda, who takes a strike. All right, 2-0 lead. Here's the 0-1, and that misses down low. Our Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care home run contest tonight. Suzanne Rote is a winner. Now a breaking ball popped up in the infield. Third baseman Rosa coming on toward the mound. He'll put it away for out number 2. Hey, Suzanne, congrats. You can stop by the Apple Chevrolet ticket office at your convenience. Claim your prize pack. And we'll be making another sign-up post on Facebook tomorrow, so look out for that. And a whole new crop can get signed up to play our little game. 2 down. Here's Andres Perez, who struck out his first time. And he swings and misses. He let it fly on a high fastball at 91. The Revs with their 21st home run, their 14th in 9 games here at home, 18th in the last 10 games overall as Johnson fires high. And it's a 1-1 count. On the wind and the pitch, and that's down low. Repko, it's the normal bat that he uses, but he's going to the pink tape on the handle. And some guys actually get different paint on the bat itself. He's got the pink handle tape, and that works nicely too. Here's a swing and a rip the other way. Cut off from second by Carrillo, ranging way to his left, makes a fine play. He spins and throws to first to end the inning. Carrillo lunging to pick off that ground ball to his left. Perez retired. But the Revs strike first tonight. Repko, the 2-run shot out over the arch nemesis and left. 2 hits in the inning, nobody left. 2-0 York. Will DeBoer with the call as we head the 4th.
Smith, Mayer & Little is a holistic wealth management group with one product, advice. We aim to simplify our clients' lives, help them retire comfortably, and build lasting legacies for their families and the causes they care about. Our purpose is simple, to make a meaningful difference in the lives of our clients, our community, and the world in which we live with the advice we provide. Smith, Mayer & Little, a wealth of knowledge about wealth. We make our living by making a difference. Visit us at financialjava.com.
Janney Montgomery Scott LLC, member NYSE, FINRA, and SIPC.
What's more fun and exciting than playing Pennsylvania Millions with top prizes of $1 million? Winning on the spot. Woohoo! I won! So if you can't wait to win, then don't wait to play. Pennsylvania Millions from the Pennsylvania Lottery for a chance to win up to $1 million on the spot. The Pennsylvania Lottery. Keep on scratching. Players must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly. Benefits older Pennsylvanians every day.
Eric Hosmer's got nothing on this. Mad Dash Grilled Cheese is comfort food at its finest. Mad Dash is Central PA's favorite artisan grilled cheese truck, bringing you creative concoctions with the freshest and most flavorful ingredients. Available for food truck festivals, weddings, corporate, and private caterings. Find Mad Dash this year along the third base line at PeoplesBank Park for all York Revolution home games. Call 717-574-5168 or visit online at mad-grilledcheese.com. Mad Dash Artisan Grilled Cheese. Welcome home.
First in York, first in sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
A first pitch swung on and chopped over to shortstop. It's 1 pitch and 1 out. John Griffin is retired. As we lead off the top of the fourth inning, Will DeBoer with you on WOYK. Sports Radio 1350, your only terrestrial home for York Revolution baseball. So Kelvin De La Cruz spotted a 2-0 lead after that third inning. Jason Repko, a towering home run, and not even a 50-foot wall would have kept that one in the park as De La Cruz misses outside. Ball 1 to Jonathan Roof. Repko breaks the ice in this heretofore scoreless affair as De La Cruz coming inside that time. 2 balls and no strikes. For New Britain, that's the 5th home run their pitchers have allowed this season. The Bees hitters themselves only have 4. And De La Cruz right down George Street for called strike 1. York now with 2 runs on 3 hits and no errors. New Britain no runs on 2 hits with no errors. Both those hits coming in the last inning as Roof takes time, steps out, and comes back in. Kelvin into the windup. Here comes a 2-1 pitch just below the knees, and it's 3 balls and 1 strike. Jonathan Roof from Paducah, Kentucky, 27-year-old, coming to the Bees from Pawtucket, Red Sox AAA affiliate. And there's a fastball missing high and outside. Ball 4, a 1-out walk issued to Jonathan Roof. And that puts the first runner of the inning aboard for New Britain. They've had men on in 3 of the first 4 innings, but nothing doing so far against DLC. So now James Skelton. Next chance for the K-man, and Skelton was on the ropes. He had 2 strikes against him, but eventually worked a 7-pitch walk, and he takes in for ball 1. The chill is picking up here in the air in PeoplesBank Park. The sky still pleasant to look at. Shades of blue mixed in with the gray as opposed to the blanket of gray that we had all throughout the earlier day. As De La Cruz finds the inside corner for strike 1. If we're in the middle of the summer, this may look a bit threatening, but since we've been coming from a quilt of cloud cover, we will certainly take anything that does not look like the skies are about to open up as De La Cruz misses outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. Rain supposed to stay away for the rest of the night. Tomorrow, expect more of the same. Early rain and a clear night, but certainly warmer. It'll be 70 degrees here in the evening. And there's a wave and a whiff at an 86-mile-an-hour breaking ball for strike 2. De La Cruz has him against the wall once again, and the crowd members getting antsy. They want their breadsticks. De La Cruz wants to deliver. And Skelton calls time to step out. James stands in. Just a tick open stance. Now the 2-2 sidearm action, and he lofts this one into right field. It falls for a base hit. Soft liner for Skelton. Coming off the bag is Roof, but he gets back in time. Repko tried to catch him napping over on second base, but Roof is up and at him in time, and the Bees are up and at him in the 4th inning. down 2-0 and threatening with 2 on and just 1 out. Now we see Anthony Hewitt, one of the most all-or-nothing hitters for the Bees this year. Came in hitting 133. Just 6 hits, 2 of them home runs, and 19 strikeouts. And he watches a breaking ball bounce in the dirt for ball 1. Kelvin trying to hold this lead he was given. Trying not to take anything for granted against the weakest offensive team heretofore in the Atlantic League. 1-0, little check swing. He gets it about 2/3 of the way up the right side of the net behind the plate area. And the count goes to 1 ball and 1 strike. Crowd fairly thin. Not unlike Darrell's hair. Sorry, boss. 1-1. This one is lifted out into center field. James Simmons makes a leaping catch, sets himself up to potentially throw out Roof at third, but Jonathan wisely staying on second base. That's your second out of the inning. Hey, I know I'm going to get there eventually with my own hair. I'm just making fun of you while I still can. Oh, with 2 down, Steve Carrillo, the last chance for the Bees in this 4th inning. Californian from San Pedro, still in search of his first affiliated professional contract. He's coming to us from 3 years in the Frontier League, River City and Florence. And a breaking ball, nasty. Paints the inside corner for strike 1. De La Cruz had a yo-yo string on that one. Carrillo looking fastball or looking for something else entirely. And now he's got no 1 count against him. Roof on second, Skelton on first. 2 down. And there's a little nubber off the end of the bat towards the first base side. Nash scoops, steps on the bag, side retired. DLC dancing out of trouble once again for the Bees. No runs on 1 hit, no errors. 2 left on. Middle of the 4th, your score, York 2, New Britain nothing on Revs Radio, WOYK.
Come and celebrate 10 years of York Revolution baseball with the Celebrate York Series presented by Memorial Hospital. The series honors significant contributions from York, Pennsylvania's most notable events and favorite citizens with giveaways every Friday night home game. The series continues on Friday, May 13th with a Marquis de Lafayette bobblehead giveaway. Visit YorkRevolution.com for more details. It's the Celebrate York Series, proudly presented by Memorial Hospital for the York Revolution's 10th anniversary season.
Come on, Colin Cowherd.
Is an actor bad if he has a bad movie? Remember the movie Tom Hanks had with Julia Roberts about 4 years ago? Was he suddenly a bad actor? Nah, he got a shaky script. But I just watched Bridge of Spies this weekend with Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks is back. Why? Because he had Steven Spielberg directing. Right now, Andrew Luck doesn't have a very good script to work with.
This is The Herd with Colin Cowherd.
Weekdays at 3 on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Individual game tickets are now on sale for the 2016 York Revolution season. Be there as the Revs celebrate their 10th anniversary season with the biggest promotional schedule in team history. 20 giveaways, including 8 bobbleheads, inside the park fireworks shows every Saturday, and a host of incredible entertainment acts like Cowboy Monkey Rodeo, Superstars, the Philly Fanatic, and an appearance by former NASCAR driver Ernie Irvan. Buy online at YorkRevolution.com, over the phone at 801-HITS, or in person at the Apple Chevrolet ticket office.
Your county, your teams. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
We head to the last of the 4th inning. Revs leading the Bees 2-0. They will send Nash, Guzman, and Pounds to the plate to try and add some insurance. Kelvin De La Cruz, 4 scoreless so far. He's up to 62 pitches, so a pretty good pace. We can expect him to go 6 if nothing major happens in the next inning. Telvin Nash rips one into left field. This one is going to take 1-2 hops to the base of the arch nemesis, and Telvin Nash has himself a leadoff single in the fourth. Telvin has showed he's not all about just hitting home runs, lifting that average. It's in the low 200s right now, but he is putting hits together, and he loves hitting here at home. 9 straight games at PeoplesBank Park to open the season hitting safely, just like this man, Joel Guzman. Guzman hit in all 8 games of the homestand. He's looking to make it 9 in a row, and he watches a breaking ball miss outside, ball 1. Cole Johnson, sterling numbers against the rest of the Atlantic League, but now 3 of the 5 runs total he has given up as he misses high to Guzman have been against the Revolution, and 2 of his 3 earned runs against the Revs as well. Both of his home runs, Nash over the opening weekend and Repko in the last half inning. 2-0, little broken bat chipper. 1 hops to Chavez at short. The flip to second for 1. Carrillo goes to first. Double play. That broken bat brought to you by Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care. Litters the infield, and he races the base runner. So with 2 down and nobody on, the Revs try and restart the rally. That'll be Brian Pounds' job. Pounds, the first hit of the game for the Revs back in the second, a 2-out single. And he watches a breaking ball just below the knees for ball 1. Pounds was hitting on the interstate, then he went to Southern Maryland and found his exit, especially with those clutch moments late in both Saturday's games as he fouls it back to the screen. 1-1. Brian checks his bat. It's that 2-toned, I guess that's maple, tan handle, burnt brown barrel, and he waves and whips at a fastball for strike 2. And now he steps back in. All right-handed lineup once again against the righty Johnson. 1-2 pitch, a little chopper, foul. And Angel Polanco over at third base, just reaching out for it the way someone would reach out to figure out if it's raining or not. Well, yes, Polo, but if you found out that it was raining golf balls, wouldn't you want to, be more aware with your hand? 1-2, this one laced into center field. Jones comes in on it, now goes back, it's over his head. It'll one-hop the baggie out in center field, 405 feet away, and Brian Pounds has himself his 5th double of the year. He points to the sky in celebration. Brian Pounds is 2 for 2, and the Revs have a man in scoring position with 2 down, trying to add on to a 2-0 lead, and that'll prompt a visit from Jason Blanton, the pitching coach for the New Britain Bees. Just the 43rd pitch for Johnson. The Revs are pouncing all over him, and they've pounced on to the tune of 5 hits, 2 of them for extra bases. Jason Blanton, the pitching coach for the Bees, the first pitching coach in team history. Last year he was with the Everett Aqua Sox, low A Seattle Mariners affiliate in the Northwest League. Also a veteran of several Atlantic League franchises. He was with the Nashua Pride, with Long Island and Southern Maryland during his 8-year professional career. Now it's James Simmons stepping in. Square stance, left shin guard. And there's a bouncer over to short, nearly takes out the umpire. Chavez has it, easy throw over to first base in time, side retired. So a couple of hits, including the 2-out double, go nowhere for the Revs as Johnson settles down. For York, no runs on 2 hits, no errors, 1 left on. And to 4, your score, York 2, New Britain nothing, here on Revs Radio, WOYK.
You hear a lot about CPAP masks these days, but here's something you don't hear much about. Over half of the people who wear a CPAP mask for sleep stop wearing it within a year. How's that working for you? Dr. Gordon Bell would like you to hear this. York Dental Sleep Therapy has dental options that can help many of those people. If you or someone you live with is struggling with sleep apnea, visit yorksleep.com and see how Dr. Gordon Bell can help return your home to peaceful nights of deep, restful sleep. If you're groggy during the workday, if you wake up feeling exhausted, if you would like to get your nighttime sleep patterns back to a healthy state, get a confirmation from your doctor, then meet with Dr. Bell at his office on West Market Street in Hallam. He'll evaluate your symptoms and discuss which treatments would best suit your situation. Dr. Bell can restore restful sleep and get you feeling better day and night. York Dental Sleep Therapy. Call 316-1299 or visit yorksleep.com to learn more.
Payne doesn't take Sunday off. Neither do we. We're open weekdays 8 to 8 and weekends 9 to 6. Just walk into WellSpan Urgent Orthopedics, 2319 South George Street in York, across from the Apple Hill Health Campus. Visit wellspan.org/urgent orthopedics today.
Follow York Sports on your Android. Search Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
As Kenny Loggins planes us in, we are back at the top of the fifth inning. Kelvin De La Cruz trying not to make it a danger zone. He leads 2-0. The Revs gave him 2 runs in the bottom of the third inning on the Jason Repko home run. And he's trying to keep the Bees off the board. 9-1 and 2 hitters due up, and the first pitch is a fastball. Called strike at the knees. 0-1 to John Jones, who has a single today, got to second base, and no further. De La Cruz with the 0-1. Jones showing bunt. He pulls it back in time. That one came inside on him, and it's 1-1. We'll take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard brought to you by York Mitsubishi. A full Tuesday night of action here in the Atlantic League, and it looks like they're going to get all the games in. The highlight of the night, the series that just began, Somerset at Long Island, the best team in the league against the hottest team in the league. There's a little check swing and a liner off the very right edge of the net for strike 2. Here in the top of the fourth from Bethpage Ballpark, Long Island trailing the Patriots 2-0. Somerset won their first 13 in a row to start the season, but they have lost 4 of their last 5, including a 3-game sweep over the weekend. Kelvin with the 1-2 pitch, and there's a chopper over to third, taken on 3 hops by Guzman. Clutches, throws the first in time, 1 away. Nice stretch there from Nash to get a hold of that one. Meanwhile, Long Island, who were in the doldrums as the season began, something like 1-6, have won 6 in a row. One of just 4 teams in the league with double-digit wins, and they are 3 games back of Somerset, who threatened to run away with that division over the first 2 weeks. Those are the teams that New Britain is staring up at 7-10 right now. Brandon Chavez up for the 3rd time. He takes a breaking ball on the outside corner for called strike 1. Other action tonight over in Lancaster. Barnstormers trailing 2-0 to Southern Maryland in the top of the 3rd inning. Blue Crabs salvaging the finale against the Revs yesterday, winning 14-7. The 1-0 breaking ball breaks a bit too much in, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. And they're just about to get underway in the Central Time Zone. Sugar Land playing host to Bridgeport tonight. The Skeeters back home. And they will gas up the plane and fly up here on Friday. 1-1 fouled away, out of play towards the first base concourse, and the count goes to 1-2. Chavez 0 for 2 today, a looking strikeout that he looked at and declared a walk, but his opinion doesn't matter. That was the first, and a line out in the 3rd inning. That was the center field as he takes up and in for ball 2. Open stance for Chavez. De La Cruz into the windup. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. low for ball 3. Tejeda telling him do just that. Just put an extra foot of oomph on it. Very technical terms here on WOYK. A foot of oomph. The rock and the roll with the payoff pitch. It is low this time, ball 4, and Brandon will take his base. First time he's gotten on today, and De La Cruz has not had a 1-2-3 inning since the first inning. Up to 72 pitches. And with one down and a man on, Greg Golson comes up. Golson, one of the 3 B's hits today, a single back in the 3rd. Short lead for Chavez. From the stretch, De La Cruz misses outside with a fastball, 1-0. Chavez, the leadoff hitter, once stole 20 bases in the season with Bridgeport back in 2010. That's a career high for him professionally. Last year, playing for the Camden River Sharks, stole 7 times, was caught 6. And he has yet to attempt one this season. Isaiah Tejeda coming out, having a chat with his pitcher, trying to settle him down. Tejeda could be considered the 3rd catcher for York, as Salvador Peniagua and Keith Castillo are getting more playing time back there. But with Peniagua's foot injury, he has taken a bit of time off, and Tejeda has proved himself with the bat. He was 7 for 12 over his past few games, warranting a start tonight. Shown bunt. There's a snap throw back to first base, not in time. Chavez gets the left hand back in there before the throw arrives. Now the count 2 balls and no strikes, with the Revs up 2-0 here in the top of the 5th inning. De La Cruz stands in to get his sign, takes a look over at the man on first. The 2-0 pitch, breaking ball outside corner, called strike 1. Greg Golson from Austin, Texas. 4-year Major League veteran, broke in having 6 cups of coffee with the Philadelphia Phillies back in 2008. 2-1 pitch is low and inside, and it's 3 balls and 1 strike. Broken with the Phillies in 08, then went to the Texas Rangers for 1 at-bat in 2009, and with the New York Yankees in 10 and 11. Had 24 games with the Yankees back in 2010. That's the most he's played in the bigs. And there's a drive into center field. Simmons going back on it, locates, makes the catch, 2 away. Golson hit it on the screws, but there's a wall out in center field, and his name is Simmons. 2 away in the top of the 5th. Now it's Jovan Rosa. 3rd baseman tonight. He's 0 for 2. A foul out to the first baseman, Nash, who had to do a little shimmy and circle the wagons before coming up with that one. And then a pop-up more conventionally to shortstop. First pitch, fastball on the outside corner, called strike 1. Kelvin has bent, but he has not broken tonight. He's still stringing a shutout together. I would guess he'll go into the 6th inning, so long as he gets through Rosa without incident. Short lead for Chavez off of first. Here's the stretch in the 0-1. The runner goes. The pitch is a ball. The throw by Tejeda is off the line, high and to the left of its target, and sliding in with his first stolen base of the season is Brandon Chavez, and the Bees have a man in scoring position for the first time since the last inning. One and one the count now to Rosa. Increasing lead for Chavez off of second. 1-1 comes way inside. Nice move to his left by Tejeda to keep that one from going to the backstop. Chavez was thinking about breaking there, thought that it went by Tejeda, but Isaias coming up with the ball, and Chavez simmers on back there in time. Big open stance for the third hitter, Rosa. Here's the 2-1 pitch, fouled away. And out of play out towards the Mezzogiorno Picnic Pavilion. A lucky fan from Jacobus is going to take that home. And I'm bringing in my resident expert on the area. Am I saying that right, Daryl? Jacobus?
Well, Jacobus, but we could have let that go, and people may have...
Jacobus.
Yeah.
It's an uncreative man who can't find more than 2 ways to pronounce a thing, as there's a ground ball sharply over to second base, pounds to his right, comes up with it, throws over to first in time, side retired. Kelvin De La Cruz makes it an official ball game. He's got a 3-hit shutout going through 5 for the Bees. No runs on no hits, no errors, 1 left on. Middle of the 5th from PeoplesBank Park. Your score, York 2, New Britain nothing on Rebs Radio, WOYK.
Providing quality services efficiently and in a timely manner to its clients is the mission of the law firm of Griffith, Strickler, Lerman, Salamis & Calkins. GSLSC is equipped to handle any real estate transactions, leases, residential and commercial real estate settlements, zoning issues, and all matters involving municipalities. They are also experienced in the formation and operation of family real estate ventures that are tax sensitive to the needs of the investors. Griffith, Strickler, Lerman, Salamis & Calkins is an approved title insurance agency and can provide you with title insurance and legal representation at one low cost when buying a home or investment property. Don't risk any real estate settlement without an experienced real estate attorney from the law firm of Griffith, Strickler, Lerman, Salamis & Calkins at your side. Phone 717-757-7602. They've been handling residential and commercial real estate matters in South Central Pennsylvania for more than 50 years. With mortgage interest rates at an all-time low, now is the time to buy or refinance. Phone 717-757-7602 today or visit their website, gslsc.com.
Get into the ball game with great savings and great weekly specials at your Sure Save neighborhood markets. Use your gold card every time you shop and you automatically receive savings and rewards. And get incredible deals on the new Best Yet brand products at Saubel's Markets, Wetzel's Market, and also at Nell's Market Fresh Foods. Always a hit and always great savings.
There's only one place for local high school sports. Sports Radio 1350.
Bottom of the 5th from PeoplesBank Park, and Josh Wilson takes the first pitch fastball up high for ball 1. Cole Johnson trying to get through 5 innings. He is the pitcher on the long side, the short side rather, as he misses high again for ball 2. Revs leading 2-0 here in the bottom of the 5th. Will DeBoer and Darrell Henry with you on Revs Radio WOYK. Wilson taking in again. 3 balls and no strikes. Josh had that line drive down the left field line for a base hit in the 3rd inning, and then took a nasty tumble rounding first, so he had to settle for a single as he takes a strike all the way, 3-1.
Yeah, he probably was thinking 2 off the bat over toward the line.
Would have been close as he skies this one over our heads in the press box. Full count now. Wilson, a serious major league veteran, coming from Detroit back in 2015. He laces this one out in left field, a scorcher, nearly taking out the fingers of a few not so lucky fans. They should count themselves lucky for coming up with all their appendages after that one.
Yeah, they appear to all be okay, but that was one that will wake you up.
And you need it on a night like this. It'll wake you up better than coffee. Wilson swings the hips and takes it inside for ball 4. Josh Wilson is on for the 2nd time today. A leadoff walk. And the Revs in business trying to add on to this 2-0 lead. 2 runs on 5 hits and no errors for York. New Britain, no runs on 3 hits and no errors. Surprising we haven't seen any sort of fielding miscues. These are the 2 teams with the highest error totals in the Atlantic League. Stretch and a quick pitch from Johnson. Rocket showing bunt. He takes up and in for ball 1. That was about the herky-jerkiest motion I've seen from Johnson this evening, Darryl.
Yeah, quick, breaking ball. He left it up. Wasn't the prettiest.
More conventional now on the 1-0, and that comes in and hits Michael Rocket on the left elbow. It grazed against right where the forearm meets the elbow, and Rocket not wincing as he trots over to first base. The first 2 runners reach for the Revolution, and guess who's up? The man who nearly splashed one into Cadoras Creek in the 3rd inning, Jason Repko.
Revs have so many gritty gamers who just want to help the team win. Rocket's one of those guys, and I guarantee you he's happy to be on base right now any way he can.
First pitch taken on the inside corner at 88 miles an hour, strike 1. Wilson and Rocket, the 2 men aboard. A walk and a hit batsman. There are tickets to the base paths. 0-1. There's a... Oh, I'm not going to call that one a strike. I guess it missed outside.
Well, the first one was a foot inside, so maybe that makes up for it.
The scales of baseball justice evening out for the moment. 1-1. There's a chopper over to third, taken on the backhand by Rosa. The flip over to second for 2. The throw to first is not in time. Almost a triple play here at PeoplesBank Park, but it's Jason Repko's speed that gets us out of the try-dagger.
My, oh my, if it was a number of other base runners, we may have had the second triple play in Revs history. There was one turned against York in 2008, early that season by Southern Maryland. The Revs have never turned one. If I remember correctly, it was a base running mistake that led to the only other one. This one, though, Taylor made right on the bag to give them a chance.
That would have been a true blue triple play. Instead, Isaiah Tejada rips this one out into deep left field. That's going to bounce off of the wall in left center. Repko gaining the green light all the way. It's an RBI double for Isaiah Tejada, and the Revs get their insurance. It's 3-0. Now there's a man with a lot to prove, and he is proving it so far. Isaiah Tejada blasting the first pitch he saw, and he didn't miss a home run by much.
He did not, and he's got some pop. And so many of the moves that Mace has pushed, so many of the buttons he's pushed over the years have really helped this team. And tonight, moving Tejada into the 2 spot. Big hit there. Once again, the bottom of the order, the one that sets the table for the top.
And now it's the Hart coming up. Andres Perez, 0 for 2 today, a wave and a whiff at a breaking ball. He was thinking fastball for strike 1. Revs now up 3-0. Isaiah Tejada, his debut in the 2-hole, at least at home. And the 24-year-old Dominican really coming through. Breaking ball left outside in the cold, 1-1. Tejada, originally signed by the Yankees back in 2010, began in rookie ball with the organization. Spent a lot of time on Staten Island in the New York Penn League as Perez watches it miss outside, 2-1. Got up to Charleston and Tampa, regular single A and advanced single A respectively last year before getting release. And the Yankees' loss is the Revs' pickup, that's for sure so far. Johnson gives the runner a look, and there is a breaking ball that reverses course at the last possible moment and catches inside Black for strike 2. Well, that looked like a cartoon pitch right there. It just bent the air. 2-2 pitch. Nice block by Skelton. That one low and outside, and it's 3 balls and 2 strikes. Well, we know that, fans. Inklings. We'll see if Dre can deliver. Waving that bat around. Andres Perez looking to go long once again. Both of his home runs have come at home this season. Now the payoff pitch. And there's a weak ground ball over to second base. Bobbled by Carrillo. He recovers, though, and throws at Perez to retire the side. So a near triple play turns into insurance for the Revs as Isaiah Tejeda bangs a double off the wall in left center for the Revolution. 1 run on 1 hit. No errors, 1 left on. End of the 5th. Your score, York 3, New Britain nothing on Revs Radio, WOYK.
And here we go, folks. She steps up to the box. This is a real pressure situation. 2 kids tugging at her blouse, a long line of customers, and only 30 minutes to get in, get a dozen Maple Donuts, and get to the party.
Oh, boy, look at the time.
One of Charlie Donuts All-Stars winds up, and here's the pitch.
Welcome to Maple Donuts. Can I help you?
Yes. No. I'm sorry. I'm not quite ready.
Oh, she steps out. The pressure may be too much, folks. No, wait. What's this? A meeting at the plate?
Okay, Mommy needs to order our Maple Donuts now. Can you two be good, please?
And she steps back up to the box.
All ready now?
I am.
She's swinging for the fences.
I'll have 4 glazed, 3 vanilla sprinkles, 3 chocolate icing, 2 jelly filled, and 1 chocolate peanut covered.
Wow, that was Major League. She read every stitch of that fastball and knocked it clean out of the park.
Enjoy your Maple Donuts.
Oh, we will. Okay, kids, let's go. Let's get these Maple Donuts to the party.
There you have it, folks. Maple Donuts, 58 varieties. Ready whenever you need to step up to the plate.
Maple Donuts taste right.
Well, I finally did it. I took my dad's advice and joined his credit union.
Which one?
PSECU. I'm eligible because my dad's a member, but I joined through work.
Really? I thought you had to work for the state.
A lot of people think that, but there are lots of ways to be eligible.
I'm not really thrilled with my bank and all their fees. I need to check them out.
Definitely. It's worth the switch.
PSCCU is the credit union for you. Find your way at psccu.com/join. This credit union is federally insured by the National Credit Union Administration, Equal Opportunity Lender.
Hi, this is Dan Patrick. Join me weekday mornings at 9 on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
We're back for the top of the 6th inning. We are joined by a brand new Revolution pitcher. This pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts. And the man looking to put some more donuts on the board is Bo Vaughn. Bo, the big righty, and he's facing a right-handed pitcher's dream of a lineup. 8 of the 9 swingers in the New Britain order swing from the right side. And he's got Griffin, Roof, and Skelton due up in the top of the 6th with the Revolution up 3-0. And Bo's first pitch is a sidearm. Breaking ball down the heart for strike 1. So Kelvin De La Cruz out after 5 innings. That's been his forte this year. And there's a drill into left field. The only question is whether it's over the wall, and it is, in fact. The third base umpire there, Tyler Thurman, is signaling home run. That one is over the big newspaper. John Griffin with a long home run, and that's a rude greeting to Bo Vaughn. For Griffin, it's his first home run of the year. It breaks up the shutout. New Britain is back within 2 at 3-1.
Yeah, I don't think he was totally certain if it was going to be gone either. He actually missed first base initially, or thought he did, and had to go back and touch it. A little tough to see from here, but it cleared the newspaper.
Bo comes back with a strike right down George Street to Jonathan Roof. It's 0-1. Roof very nearly extra bases in the 2nd inning. He got robbed at the wall by Michael Rocket. There's a fastball missing outside. Ball 1. Well, no donuts for Bo here in the top of the 6th inning. New Britain now with 1 run on 4 hits and no errors as Roof reaches and fouls that one back and out of play. Back to a lucky fan from Windsor. And it is 1-2. Rebs 3 runs on 6 hits and no errors. They picked up the run that they just gave away moments ago on Isaiah Tejeda's double. Low and in, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes to Roof.
First earned run of the year charged to Bo.
And he'll see if he can shake it off here, and there's a bouncer through the hole, left side, base hit. Well, Bo would call his good fortune just that, good fortune, and things like this bad luck, and he's having some bad luck right now. Home run over the big wall and left, and then a seeing eye single for Jonathan Roof. The first two men have reached for New Britain. And now he'll bring up the only left-handed hitter in the lineup to face the righty Vaughn. Here is James Skelton.
And I hate to say it, but this is like his personal nemesis from over the years.
First pitch, and there's a chopper through the right side for a base hit. So two seeing eye singles following the home run, and the Bees have doubled their hit total from the first 5 innings. Chalk another one up for Skelton.
Yeah, he just has Bo's number for some reason. They're going to get some more bullpen activity, and Fletch will spend some time here. This will be the Revs' second visit of the game. But that happens with ground ball pitchers, unfortunately. Holes get found, and all of a sudden you're in some trouble. I thought the pitch on Roof was good. Looked like a sinker down that he beat into the ground, but found a hole, and Skelton got on top of his. But likewise, with the runner being held at first, he found the opening. The Griffin home run, probably a mistake. It looked like a slider up that hooked over the middle, and he's got some of the longest arms of any hitter in the league, and able to get extension and touch it. But the last two, I mean, if you're Bo, you want ground balls. Those just happen to be in the wrong spot.
You live by the ground and you die by the ground, and Bo's going to have to do some living right now. The tying runs are on base. The potential go-ahead run is Anthony Hewitt at the plate. The runners take off and steal the bases. Tejeda doesn't even attempt to throw them out. A double steal that time. Straight up. Roof takes third, and Skelton takes second behind him.
Revs were thinking bunt all the way, and I don't think Bo really did anything to slow down the jump there. They were running. Got a great jump.
The 0-1. This one foul away, and now it is 0-2. That first pitch was also a strike. So now a little poke into the outfield ties the game and erases the potential win for Kelvin De La Cruz. After 5 shutout innings, just 3 hits, 3 walks, 2 strikeouts, and 82 pitches for Kelvin. The 0-2 pitch, this one popped up, drifting foul. Third base side, Guzman has plenty of room, makes the catch, 1 away.
That's a big out. That pretty much cancels out the double steal, and it's as though Hewitt would have bunted, which, I mean, you can't fault the Revs for expecting a bunt. Everybody in the park would have anticipated that. It was the double steal that caught them a little off guard. Big out, though.
Steve Carrillo now needing just a fly ball to get a run home will step up. Carrillo 0 for 2 today, and he watches a breaking pitch at the knees for strike 1. Revs up 3-1 for the moment. Roof on third, Skelton on second with 1 down. As we're just past the 8 o'clock hour here on WOYK. There's a breaking ball missing inside. 1-1. We're in the portion of the evening you could call twilight. The sun dipping down below the horizon. The sky, just a perfect landscape of light and dark blue hues, like something out of a Van Gogh. 1-1, tapped off the end of the bat and rolling just to the left of the 10th anniversary Revs logo behind home plate. And Bo's ahead in the count, 1-2. Still chillier than you would expect for mid-May here in south central PA. Tomorrow, though, it's supposed to get up to 70 degrees, so you can expect probably a few more people braving the conditions and coming out to see the boys in white try and win a ball game. 1-2, looped foul over the first base dugout for the Revs, and Carrillo staying alive. That count goes to 1-2. Bottom of the order needs to produce for New Britain. As the 5 and 6 hitters getting aboard after the cleanup man Griffin cleaned up a pretty empty mess on the base paths. A solo home run to lead off this 6th inning. 1-2 from Bo. A wave and a whiff and a breaking ball for strike 3. And Bo Vaughn is almost out of the woods. First strikeout for Vaughn and the first punch out for a Revs pitcher since Griffin struck out in the top of the 2nd inning.
Good job. He had him set up for that slider away. Carrillo, I mean, you almost have to know what's coming with Bo, but he mixes it up so well.
Now it's John Jones, 1 for 2 today, and he loops this one foul out of play. Taken home by a fan from Franklintown, and it's 0-1 the count.
He mixes the speed, he mixes the location, and he does kind of go back and forth, the sinker and then the slider. So a couple of different looks that he'll give you.
Jones steps the foot out, a slightly open stance, and there's a swing and a miss and a breaking ball for strike 2. Well, Bo Vaughn has a chance to do an escape act. First 3 men reached. The tying runs are in scoring position. Skelton on second, Roof on third. They got there on a double steal a few minutes ago, but Bo trying to leave them there. Jones calls time, steps out. Now the Vacaville, California native will step in, tap the plate twice. Take 2, 3 half practice swings. Now he's ready. The 0-2 pitch. Low and outside. Nice slide to his right by Tejeda to keep that one from going to the backstop. And it's 1-2. Jones ready once again with the Revs up 3-1. He's trying to tie it with one swing of his bat. Vaughn with the 1-2 pitch. Looped foul and out of play. Anticipation mounting, and that's not just because of the organ music that you hear. Although with ascending keys like that, yes, that's a cue for mounting tension. Bo Vaughn trying to put an end to it and trying to walk back to the dugout with the lead intact. Checks the runners. The 1-2. Looped foul again. John Jones. Exhausting a few of his 9 lives if he is a cat, which, you know, I'm not even going to try and delve into that metaphor. We're going to cancel things out and step back out again. 1-2 still the count. This is pitch number 6 of the at-bat coming up. Vaughn checks the runners. He's working for the first base side of the rubber. 1-2 pitch, breaking ball. Did he go around? Yes, he did. Kurt Brainin ringing him up, and John Jones is beside himself. Bo Vaughn induces the strikeout, and that will retire the side. Bees break up the shutout on the John Griffin home run, but that's it. 1 run on 3 hits, no errors, 2 left on. Middle of the 6th, your score, York 3, New Britain 1. You're on Revs Radio, WOYK.
Wednesdays are the worst. I've got to get the kids to school on time, to get to work, then it's just one long day of meetings. But hey, at least I don't have to worry about making dinner.
Kids eat free with People's Bank. Save money at every Wednesday home game.
So now when the Revs are in town, I just pull into a People's Bank, pick up that week's coupon, and dinner is done. Revolution Wednesdays? Awesome. Revolution!
Thanks to People's Bank, kids eat free at every Wednesday home game. No need to be a People's Bank customer. Just pick up your coupon at any People's Bank branch and do dinner at PeoplesBank Park. 1 coupon per child per game.
This week is National Small Business Week, May 1st through the 7th. Take a walk in downtown York and you'll quickly discover the many small businesses that make our city so unique. Did you know that for every $100 you spend at a local business, $68 stay in your community? Small businesses provide jobs for every 2 out of 3 Americans, creating a job market of 56 million people. Celebrate with us in downtown York. Eclectic dining, craft brews and cocktails, 2 historic farmers markets, hope to handmade shopping, public art, the 2015 Pennsylvania Trail of the Year, Championship Atlantic League Baseball, First Fridays, Fifth Fridays. Who knew you could see it all in York? Get to know York again or for the first time by visiting downtownyorkpa.com.
Listen up, people. This is the Rich Eisen Show.
He's a professional.
And I did tweet out on 4th and 19, go blue. Irvin took a picture of me in the NFL Game Day morning meeting room celebrating, and I stupidly looked at his phone and did it. And he tweets it out what Rich Eisen was like when he thought You Miss Football won. I can't show you what it was like when they did not win. Do friends do that to friends?
No. The Rich Eisen Show.
Weekdays at noon on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. On air, online, and on your smartphone. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Hi, this is United States Olympic gold medalist Jenny Finch. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
And we're back for the bottom of the sixth inning. Will DeBoer and Darrell Henry with you on Revs Radio WOYK. York leading New Britain 3-1 as Nash, Guzman, and Pounds, the middle hitters, due up for the Revolution. The first pitch coming in from Cole Johnson. This is outside for ball one. Well, between the half innings, we went down an umpire. There is no third base umpire right now. We don't know whether that was Tyler Thurmond, as Nash takes low for ball two, or the home plate umpire Brian Child.
I believe Thurmond will. I believe it was Thurmond.
2-0 pitch. Nash takes it on the inside black. A nice breaking ball for strike two from Johnson, who, despite being in the sixth inning, is only up to 66 pitches, but the Bees are warming up someone in the bullpen as Nash reaches out and fouls this one over our heads. The man of the moment for New Britain is Anthony Marzi, the southpaw from Berlin, Connecticut. UConn graduate, as Nash lifts this one out into right field. Circling under it is Hewitt. Locates, makes the catch, took sort of a serendipitous route to get there, but they all look the same on the score sheet, and that's one away.
I think when when Nash swings, it just goes a little bit further than everybody else's fly balls, and Hewitt had it lined up like it came off the bat of someone with normal strength, that of which Telvin does not possess.
Well, we know that to be true. There's a big hack at a high fastball for strike one. Joel Guzman making a spectacular bid that time to try and extend his home hitting streak to 9 games. He's 0 for 2 today. Fouls it back to the screen. It's 0-2. A couple of ground balls to the shortstop, and 3 outs produced from those 2 swings.
That's kind of where he was hitting the ball a lot this weekend, but he'll get locked in again.
0-2 pitch, swung on and missed for strike 3. Went fishing and come up with the tin can. That was Guzman on a slider outside. 2 away here in the bottom of the 6th. Now it's Ryan Pounds, 2 for 2 today, a single and a double. He's been performing well in the spotlight as of late with those 2 game-winning hits on Saturday, just like the Stage Deli. He's got the spotlight on outstanding soup, salads, and sandwiches. For daily specials, including catering, you can check out their Facebook page or visit them on George Street, right next to the Strand Capitol Theater. Fastball missing outside, ball 1 to Brian Pounds. Now Johnson with the 1-0, and he catches the inside corner. Count goes back even. Bees will send up their top of the order when we come back for the top of the 7th. There's a strike right down George Street, right next to the Stage Deli, for strike 2.
Did you get there while we were away, Will?
I did. I did on either Thursday or Friday. All the days sort of mixed together when there's no baseball game. Johnson into the windup. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. There's a fastball just missing in. and it's 2-2. Where do they usually send you to eat when you're down in southern Maryland?
We go to a mall because there's nowhere around.
2-2 pitch, lifted foul and out of play. Seems to be a theme for baseball teams. When the hotel kicks you out, you go to the mall.
Especially there.
So how do Robin Sparkles for me? 2-2 from Johnson. Drive into right center, but playable. Hewitt going back. Takes about 20 steps back into right. Makes the catch right in front of the Little Caesars sign. Side retired. Revs go down in order into the 6th-year score. York 3 and New Britain 1. Darrell Henry will take you home here on Revs Radio, WOYK.
This is the Dan Patrick Show.
Let's go!
The NFL has a policy here. Johnny Unitas was going to be honored by Peyton Manning. He was going to wear high-top black shoes. The NFL said, no, you couldn't do it. Pat Tillman was going to be honored by Jake Plummer, and the NFL said, no, you can't. Craig Ironhead Hayward's son was going to honor him with eye black. D'Angelo Williams, whose mother died of breast cancer in 2014, he wanted to honor her the entire season. The NFL said no. This was explained to me by the NFL years ago, that if we allow this for Peyton Manning with Johnny Unitas, which seems like a no-brainer, then what happens if you get Jimmy Lipper, who wants to honor his coach, and he's going to wear something? That's where the NFL, you may not like it, but it makes sense that you just say, no, we're not going to allow it. We can't allow this to happen, because then everybody would be doing it.
The Dan Patrick Show.
We are going to PAR-TY.
Mornings at 9 on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Need some fun with your food? Where else but Friendly's? Stop by Friendly's at 423 Laux Road in York for great deals like 50% off breakfast Monday to Friday from 7 to 11 a.m. or one of our 5 lunch and dinner meals for $5.55, including the quarter-pound cheeseburger. Stop by after the game with your Revs game ticket and save 15%. Friendly's has got you covered with great deals all day long. Friendly's, life with extra sprinkles.
The radio home of the Revs. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Top of the 7th, Tyrell Harris is on a pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts. Revs lead it 3-1. 3 runs, 6 hits for York, 1 run, 6 hits for New Britain. And this will be Harris's first outing since that outstanding start on Wednesday night against Bridgeport. 5 innings, 1 unearned run on 1 hit. We'll face the top of the order here in the 7th inning. Still 2 umpires. I would assume that Tyler Thurman maybe was feeling a little unwell. He went up into the Revs clubhouse with Chong Choi. But Brandon Chavez will lead off. Corners will pinch in. The switch hitter bats left. And Harris's first pitch of the night is right in there, a called strike at 92. Harris, the previous 3 outings, had been touched for a home run in all 3, but he was dominant in that start. Here's the 0-1, and a swing and a miss. He blew it by him. Overall, 1-1, a 3.72 ERA, 6 appearances, 1 start, 11 Ks in 9 2/3.
A lot of hang time, though. 3 home runs given up. That puts him tied for 3rd in the entire league, and that's primarily as a reliever.
Chavez asked for time and backs out. Back in his relief role tonight. He said he could have pitched over the weekend. They wanted to give him an extra day. And the 0-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. 3 pitches, and Harris starts the 7th with a K. We'll pause for station identification.
First in York, first in sports. Your only local sports station. The new Sports Radio 1350, WOYK, York, Pennsylvania.
1 down here in the 7th. And Greg Golson, the hitter. He's 1 for 3 tonight. Single in between 2 flyouts to center. And Harris the pitch. A swing and a drive in right center field. Repko toward the gap. He dives for it! Holds it up, and he made the catch! Another great play by the Revs defense, and Repko steals extra bases in the gap. Diving headlong into right center. Against the glove side, reaching across, and he hangs on to it. 2 away.
Well, you talk about James Simmons being a blanket out there in center field. When you put him with Repko, that's an entire freaking quilt. My goodness.
What a grab. Well put, Will. Here is Jovan Rosa with 2 down, who would have been the tying run if not for that effort. And Harris ready. He winds and fires. And a slider hooks wide for ball 1. A rocket, the play crashing into the arch nemesis in the 2nd. Repko diving here in the 7th. When they built this team, they envisioned balls being caught out there. Here's a foul tip. Glances off Tejeda's mitt. Yeah, that may have jammed the thumb a little bit. 1-1 the count. And it harkens back to 2014 when they had the best outfield speed in the league. Mace thought coming in this year, this group might even be better. Here's the wind and the 1-1. And a breaking ball misses outside.
And how disheartening must that be for the New Britain Bees? You come in hitting just .231. You're giving good rides to balls, and the corner outfielders are stealing extra bases from you. You got to be thinking, come on, what do we got to do to get an extra base hit?
2-1. And a pop fly. Second base, Pounds going out into shallow right center. He's under it. Catch made. 1-2-3, 7th inning for Tyrell Harris back in the bullpen tonight, and with some spectacular theatrics from Repko in the midst of that. 7th inning stretch here at PeoplesBank Park. It's the Revs 3, the Bees 1.
Money and business are essential to the strength of a community. So is cheering and celebration and music and fun. That's why York Revolution games, concerts, youth sports, special events, and more happen at a place called PeoplesBank Park. PeoplesBank has been serving York County for more than 150 years. Always cheering, always celebrating, always committed to the things that make York County great. And to you having a great time at PeoplesBank Park. People's Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Come on! Colin Cowherd.
Here's Chip Kelly talking about Tim Tebow once he released him.
I didn't feel like he was good enough to be the 3 right now.
He didn't say backup that just gets in. He's not good enough to be the 3rd-string quarterback. And here's the thing. You can have him on the roster. You can't have him right behind Sam Bradford, who would pull a hammy yawning.
This is The Herd with Colin Cowherd.
Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Individual game tickets are now on sale for the 2016 York Revolution season. Be there as the Revs celebrate their 10th anniversary season with the biggest promotional schedule in team history. 20 giveaways, including 8 bobbleheads, inside the park fireworks shows every Saturday, and a host of incredible entertainment acts like Cowboy Monkey Rodeo, Superstars, the Philly Fanatic, and an appearance by former NASCAR driver Ernie Irvan. Buy online at YorkRevolution.com, over the phone at 801-HITS, or in person at the Apple Chevrolet ticket office.
All about local sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Now some fireworks from Jason Repko there in the top of the 7th inning, helping out Tyrell Harris, who goes 1-2-3.
And it's not even Saturday and we're seeing these fireworks.
That's what the Revs provide, Will, every night. Lefty Anthony Marzi, the new pitcher for New Britain. Johnson done after 6. Pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts. And James Simmons to get things started. 3-1 the lead. Marzi in only 2 outings, 2 innings, 2 runs, 1 earned. And his first pitch is on the inside corner for a strike. The Revs did see him on opening weekend at New Britain. Allowed an unearned run in the 8th inning of the series finale as Simmons tries to check, and they say he went on the appeal, a breaking ball in the dirt. No balls, 2 strikes. Still operating with just the 2 umpires. Simmons is flied out to deep left, grounded out to short. Now Marzi delivers, and a breaking ball grounded sharply to short, rolling to Chavez though. He'll fire to first in time for the out. And there's 1 away here in the bottom of the 7th. Marzi, 3 hits, 3 walks in 2 innings, no strikeouts, so a lot of runners and has struggled with his control a bit. Here is Josh Wilson, who's been on base both times tonight, a single and a walk. Single to lead off the 3rd and scored on Repko's homer, and then walked to lead off the 5th. The Revs nearly hit into a triple play. It was a double play, and with 2 outs, Tejeda doubled home their 3rd run as Wilson takes a first pitch strike. And in the 6th inning, John Griffin a home run for New Britain, and that's how we've gotten to our 3-1 score tonight. The 0-1. And that misses a little bit high. Cole Johnson, 6 innings, 6 hits, 3 runs. These were all earned tonight. He had allowed only 1 earned run coming in. A 1-1, and that's inside. And he walked 1 and struck out 3. So hit a batter and gave up the 1 home run, that coming from Repko. His 3rd in 4 games. The 2-1 to Wilson, and that's upstairs, ball 3. Michael Rocket waiting on deck. The stretch and the lefty's pitch. Swung on, hit deep, but Wilson out in front. A foul ball over the walkway in deep left, and it's a full count.
Anthony Marzi from Berlin, Connecticut, graduated from UConn. Connecticut all the way through here for New Britain. Although he is used to playing in front of some massive crowds, spent the 2012 summer with the Madison Mallards in the Northwoods League, a team that draws 6,000 fans a night.
Here's a swing and a well-hit ball toward the big wall in left, and it smacks right off the boards. Wilson a big turn. He'll hold with a single. A wall ball right next to the WellSpan Health sign, halfway up in deep left. And Josh Wilson tonight on base all 3 times. He's got his 2nd hit, in addition to a walk a couple of innings ago.
All it took was moving him down to 8.
Yeah. Pushing the right buttons for Mace. Here's Michael Rocket, who's struck out and been hit by a pitch. And Marzi delivers, and a breaking ball wrinkles in for a strike. I see a lot of standing around in the Revs bullpen. I wonder if Harris might go a 2nd inning.
He only needed 8 pitches to get through that 7th.
Well, the 0-1, and a curveball swatted foul. Rocket just got a piece of it. 0-2 the count. By the way, tomorrow night, Mike McClendon against Josh Zide. Thursday night, Jorge Martinez against Kyle Simon, the matchups in this 3-game set with New Britain. Temperature on the board down to 59 here. And a throw to first. Wilson back standing. That's downright balmy after what we endured last week. Took about an hour to thaw out after some of those games.
Well, Marzi's a Connecticut guy. I'm sure he'd actually agree with you earnestly.
Throw over to first. Wilson back again. Maybe the best weather day we've had yet was opening night at New Britain. Here's the stretch and the 0-2. Curveball ripped past him, but right there is the 2nd baseman, Carrillo to Chavez, and they turn the double play. Rocket hit it sharply right past the pitcher, but had some slice. And Carrillo up the middle right there to feed for the 4-6-3. No runs, 1 hit, none left. We'll go to the 8th tonight. Revs in front, 3-1.
The more we help the ones in need, the more progress our community will make.
By focusing on quality education, income opportunities, and basic health care,
all of York County can have access to the building blocks of a good quality of life.
Together we can load the bases for our community.
And hit a home run.
Give generously to the 2016 United Way Community Fund.
Find out more and give now at unitedway-york.org.
Does your wealth advisor know how you take your coffee? At Smith, Mayer & Little Wealth Advisory Group, we genuinely get to know our clients, from their interests, goals, and dreams, right down to how they like their coffee. By understanding our clients on a personal level, we help them make wise financial decisions. In us, you will find a trusted confidant dedicated to your financial success. Smith, Mayer & Little, a wealth of knowledge about wealth. Get to know us over a cup of coffee or visit us at financialjava.com.
Janney Montgomery Scott LLC, member NYSE, FINRA, and SIPC.
Come and celebrate 10 years of York Revolution baseball with the Celebrate York Series presented by Memorial Hospital. The series honors significant contributions from York, Pennsylvania's most notable events and favorite citizens with giveaways every Friday night home game. The series continues on Friday, May 13th with a Marquis de Lafayette bobblehead giveaway. Visit YorkRevolution.com for more details. It's the Celebrate York Series, proudly presented by Memorial Hospital for the York Revolution's 10th anniversary season.
Your teams all the time. York's only place for local sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Another good re-entry, Will. Is that it?
Yeah.
So we start the 8th. That was cool. John Griffin to lead off. And he swings and fouls one back off the screen.
Yeah, little 8-bit cars for you. So many songs just don't work in the computer that we've got.
Yeah.
They only have like the single channel, and that's one of those songs
Oh.
where the other channel is the one that you want.
I gotcha.
Guitar riff has been silenced.
That's a shame.
Yeah.
Here's the 0-1 to Griffin. It's in there. A called strike. Fastball at 91 from Harris, who remains in. Top of the 8th, 3-1 York. Harris a 1-2-3 7th. Griffin, who homered in the 6th to get New Britain on the board. Waving the bat and tired of waiting, asks for time. Middle third of the order here, which made a run at things in the 6th. Harris a long look. Now ready, the wind and the 0-2. Misses in the dirt, and a slick pick made by Tejeda. So that'll be Tyrell trying to go 2 innings and get it to DeMarc tonight. Now he winds, kicks, and delivers, and it missed up and in. Going in against Griffin, not a bad idea with those long arms. 2 balls, 2 strikes. He got extended in the 6th and made the Revs pay. Here's the 2-2. Curveball, he smacks it to left, dropping and down for a hit in front of Rocket. He top spins this one into left field. And a leadoff single. Griffin, a nice night, and the tying run will bat Jonathan Roof, the hitter.
The way the corner outfielders have been playing tonight, Darrell, I was almost half sure the Rocket was going to get to that one.
I know. It's surprising when they don't. Just a little too much tumble. Here's Roof, who flew out to deep left on that great play from Rocket early. Since then has walked and singled. First pitch, fastball, it's over for a strike. Roof last year in the Red Sox system between Portland and Pawtucket, AA and AAA. Long-time journeyman minor leaguer. 0-1 is down low, a breaking ball.
Roof not listening to that fan who yelled out swing right as the ball left Harris's right paw.
Good try, though, fan.
Yes.
The 1-1. Swing and a foul tip squeezed. They wanted it in. Looked like it was more middle, but he did keep it down. And ahead now 1-2. James Skelton on deck. And Harris a long look. Ready again. Now the 1-2. Checked. Did he? He did. The plate ump makes the call. A fastball down and away. And Roof a little too aggressive for his own good. Started and went too far. It was well off the plate, and Harris has his first out of the inning.
Well, you knew that was going to be out without even looking at Kurt Brandon. He has been calling that all night, and he rings him up once again.
One down. Here's Skelton, who's walked, singled twice, on base every time. And Harris with the pitch. Down in the dirt, it skips to the right, and Griffin will move up to second. The double play no longer in order. It'll be a wild pitch.
We have the official attendance tonight. It is the album that Taylor Swift most recently released.
Good cultural reference, Will. 1989.
Oh, I was thinking Sparks Fly, but okay, we'll go with that. Makes much more sense.
Yeah, another night where the weather really has put a damper on the early season schedule here, but despite that, the Revs looking for another big win early this season. Here's the stretch, a look back at second. The pitch to Skelton, swung on and missed. Fastball, a foul tip squeezed. It's a ball and a strike. He is the K-man tonight. So the fans have their preference on how Harris should retire him. Now ready. And the 1-1 shows a bunt. He lays it down. Tejeda out, picks up, fires, got him at first. A surprise bunt, but Tejeda on top of it. And it was straight in front of the plate. It didn't go very far. And Isaiah is able to pounce and make the throw to first. It will go down as a sacrifice. 2-3 on the out, and Griffin to third with two men down. And they will pinch hit for Anthony Hewitt. It'll be the left-hand hitting Kevin Rivers coming up. Who normally is in their lineup. Only hitting 180 though so far this season. Does have one of their 5 home runs. 2 runs driven in, had a nice year in Lancaster last season. He's from Bristol, Connecticut, moved to New Britain. First pitch is on the outside, black, and a fastball strike. Last season hit .251 with 15 home runs for Lancaster. Drove in 48. Here's the stretch from Harris. And the 0-1, swing and a miss. He took something off. And has him down in the count.
Daryl, this is why they gave Tyrell an extra day of rest. It turned into 2 days with the off day yesterday. He's been so crisp with his fastball and so vaunted with his movement. It's been really fun to watch.
Trying to finish the inning. And the 0-2, fastball up and away. He tried to get him to climb. Pretty good pop on that. 1-2. Now the stretch, 1-2 pitch. Janis swinging a liner, golf to right. Repko in a step. He's got it, inning over. Rivers does not square it up. Harris with 2 scoreless. Strands a runner at third, a leadoff single, but nothing else in the 8th. Bottom of the 8th inning here at PeoplesBank Park. Revs lead the Bees 3-1.
Wednesdays are the worst. I've got to get the kids to school in time, to get to work, then it's just one long day of meetings. But hey, at least I don't have to worry about making dinner.
Kids eat free with People's Bank. Save money at every Wednesday home game.
So now when the Revs are in town, I just pull into a People's Bank, pick up that week's coupon, and dinner is done. Revolution Wednesdays? Awesome. Revolution!
Thanks to People's Bank, kids eat free at every Wednesday home game. No need to be a People's Bank customer. Just pick up your coupon at any People's Bank branch and do dinner at PeoplesBank Park. One coupon per child per game.
This week is National Small Business Week, May 1st through the 7th. Take a walk in downtown York and you'll quickly discover the many small businesses that make our city so unique. Did you know that for every $100 you spend at a local business, $68 stay in your community? Small businesses provide jobs for every 2 out of 3 Americans, creating a job market of 56 million people. Celebrate with us in downtown York. Eclectic dining, craft brews and cocktails, 2 historic farmers markets, Hope to handmade shopping, public art, the 2015 Pennsylvania Trail of the Year, Championship Atlantic League Baseball, First Fridays, Fifth Fridays. Who knew you could see it all in York? Get to know York, again or for the first time, by visiting downtownyorkpa.com.
Payne doesn't take Sunday off. Neither do we. We're open weekdays 8 to 8 and weekends 9 to 6. Just walk into WellSpan Urgent Orthopedics, 2319 South George Street in York, across from the Apple Hill Health Campus. Visit wellspan.org/urgent orthopedics today.
The Revolution plays here. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Revs lead it, bottom of the 8th. New Britain sending Anthony Marzi back out. Worst case, if the Revs finish this one tonight, they will have only used 1 reliever. And Jason Repko to get things started. The left-hander's first offering, and Repko tries to bunt his way on. Marzi in, gloves, turns, and got him on the throw to first. Got him by a step. And Repko just a little bit too much back to the pitcher on that. He motions to himself to push bunt that more toward first as he heads down into the dugout. Still a nice night for him, though, and has the biggest hit in this one back in the 3rd inning as Mike DeMark is getting ready for York. Kevin Rivers stays into play right. And here's Isaiah Tejeda. First pitch is in tight. That's a ball. 1 for 3 with an RBI double in the 5th that he nailed against the wall padding in left center on the fly, a little over halfway up. Pitch here is swung on, grounded to shortstop. Chavez lines it up, gloves, and tosses it across. 2 down. Tejeda 1 for 4. He is now 8 for 16, though, his last 4 games.
He's a young guy on this roster of veterans for the Revolution, and in order to get playing time, he's going to have to prove to Mace that if you sit him, you're missing out. And so far, he has done that. I know we're supposed to see Paniagua catching tomorrow, but where do you put Tejeda?
Yeah, he's caught a great game tonight, too. Here's Perez, and a swing and a moonshot pop-up way up into the night sky. Chavez from short into the edge of the infield grass, and he's got it. And hopefully DeMark's ready, because that was a quick 1-2-3-8.
4 pitches.
4?
4.
Wow. Well, here he comes. We shall go to the 9th. Revs looking for a 5th straight home win. They lead it 3-1.
Summer is about taking time for what really matters. Spending time with the family, enjoying nature's beauty, having a healthy lawn you can be proud of, plus the time to enjoy it. With Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care, you get world-class environmentally responsible lawn care from a hometown team. The result is a vibrant, beautiful lawn that turns heads and boosts curb appeal. Visit us at heritagelawnandlandscape.com.
Money and business are essential to the strength of a community. So is cheering and celebration and music and fun. That's why York Revolution games, concerts, youth sports, special events, and more happen at a place called PeoplesBank Park. PeoplesBank has been serving York County for more than 150 years, always cheering, always celebrating, always committed to the things that make York County great, and to you having a great time at PeoplesBank Park. Peoples Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
What if I told you your family of 4 could have an all-inclusive outing for only $55? The York Revolution are telling you that right now. The Family Fun Pack includes 4 flexible ticket vouchers to be used whenever you'd like, 4 food vouchers for hot dogs, chips, and drinks, 2 playground wristbands, and a parking pass. Again, $55. Have more than 4 in your family? Additional tickets and food vouchers are only $10. Buy online at YorkRevolution.com, over the phone at 801-HITS, or in person at the Apple Chevrolet ticket office.
Your home for Revolution Baseball. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Top of the 9th, and Mike DeMark looking for a league-leading 7th save. 3-1 is the lead. Pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts. Steve Carrillo leads off. First pitch of the inning. Oh, look out. A liner foul to the top of the seats on the first base side. Looked like it bounced off a chair or a railing. And it's no balls and a strike. Carrillo, 2 ground outs and a K tonight. Out of the 8th spot in the order. The 0-1. And that's in the dirt. Skips by. Carrillo, John Jones, Brandon Chavez due up. DeMark in 8 games, 6 saves, 9 innings, 2 unearned runs, 5 hits, 2 walks, 11 Ks. Pitch. Fastball strike. Outside corner called. And ahead 1-2. It's held opponents to a 161 average. DeMark has. Now the high arm stretch. The 1-2. Strike 3 called. A fastball got him looking. Right on the outside corner, and he makes short work for the first out. Carrillo jawing at Brian Child, who rips off the mask and has a whole lot to say back to him. He's a bit tired of it tonight. Carrillo had stopped talking and was walking back. Child was still jawing at him. He was in no mood. Here's John Jones, who's 1 for 3 tonight. DeMark, the first pitch, it is fouled back upstairs, and it's 0-1 as it comes down from upstairs. DeMark had the save in all 3 wins out of the 4 games at New Britain to open the season. Last save was Saturday in Game 1 of the Twin Bill at Southern Maryland. And now set, the 0-1. Foul tip, straight into the net. Fastball at 91. And the sound of a fart fills PeoplesBank Park on the sound system. Well timed again from Travis on the music. And that sure was music. Here's the 0-2. Swung on, fouled off, first base side. It bangs off the wall along the concourse and down into the seats. They did not ask DeMark to pitch Game 2 of Saturday's doubleheader. Michael Click filled in and got the save in the 8th inning in that one. And now ready. Another 0-2 and a swing and a miss. He struck him out. Mike DeMark 2 up, 2 down on strikeouts here in the 9th. And the Revs an out away from win number 12. It'll be Brandon Chavez coming to the plate. Back at the top of their order. Chavez 0 for 3 with a walk and a steal tonight. DeMark ready to work. First pitch is right down the middle for a strike. That one at 90. And he'll start off ahead. 3-1 the lead. Trying to make a winner out of De La Cruz tonight. The 0-1. Strike called, a fastball painted the outside corner at 91. And those who remain on another chilly night will come to their feet. No balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs in the 9th. DeMarc looks in and nods yes. The stretch. The 0-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Mike DeMarc blows him away. A 1-2-3 save. He strikes out the side in order. And the Revs with their 5th straight. Here at PeoplesBank Park, they win on homecoming night 3-1 against the New Britain Bees. Kelvin De La Cruz, the winner. And the Revs, the big home run from Jason Repko early in the game. Tejeda, the other Ribby. And a 12-7 start to the year as they look to stay atop the Freedom Division here early on. Will DeBoer's got Jason Repko, one of the heroes tonight. Let's go down to the field.
Just here, just over the radio.
All right, Darryl, we have him here. Jason Repko, a towering 2-run homer over the arch nemesis and a spectacular catch here in the 7th inning in the Revs 3-1 win. Jason, let's start with the home run. What did you see? What did you get? How did it feel off the bat?
Obviously, it felt great. First at bat, you're just getting to kind of learn the pitcher, what he's going to be doing. Notice he was running 2 seamers in on me. He got me the first at bat, jammed me a little bit, made the adjustment, backed off the plate a little bit, looked for that, at that point would be a middle end pitch, and the adjustment paid off. So it felt great, and it was a good win.
We notice you still got the pink bat handle right there. Are you going to stay with that throughout the rest of the season?
Yeah, I mean, as long as it lasts, I know Mother's Day is a one-day deal, but, I got to honor, my wife, my mom, and my mother-in-law and any other moms out there as long as I can. It's got some homers in it, so I got to stick with it.
Absolutely. Now, you've been in a groove. The team's been in a groove. What's the feeling in the clubhouse as you're coming back for another long homestand?
Yeah, it's great. We got good energy. Obviously, we lost that last game on the road, but 6-game streak before that, and we roll into this win and hopefully can just take this momentum and keep winning.
7 out of 8, hopefully another one tomorrow. Thanks, Jason, and congrats.
Thank you.
All right, we'll send it back to you.
All right, thank you, Will. Jason Repko joining us down in the field. He is your Griffith, Strickler, Lerman, Salamis, and Calkins player of the game tonight. The 2-run homer, his 3rd in the last 4 games. And also the diving catch in the 7th inning, I should say, in support of Tyrell Harris. Repko, another big night, and helping lead the way as the Revs indeed have now won 7 of their last 8, also 9 of their last 11 overall, and 5 straight here at PeoplesBank Park. 3-1 is your final score. We'll take a timeout. Post-game show follows next, and also coming up tonight in progress, we'll join the Caps and the Penguins for Game 6 at the conclusion of our post-game coverage, so stay with us. Revs win it 3-1. Back with much more after this.
Tennis used to be a very polite game. Today, tennis... Ace. Raises a racket. Flying feet. The style, the play, and the players are intense, athletic, and hard-charging. Flying Feet Sports Shoes welcomes the evolution of tennis and its battling players with a full line of specialty tennis shoes worthy of the new game. These aren't stand-around, look-pretty shoes. These are co-conspirators for the court. Shoes that will endure opponent after opponent, match after match. Shoes that move when and how you move.